You guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage? See?
I don't think you're gonna be happy all the time. So it depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I think that matters too. Like
Most things, I think
there's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age. Getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids. It's the rearing. It's lineage and legacy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids?
So
your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage, because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? I just said that about sex, so don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
Postpartum depression.
Do we have menopause?
Right.
And so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree that.
But I'm just saying. But you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
Just for the sake to say I have a husband. Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
No, don't interrupt them, Melly. Sorry, Nikki, what you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. You talking about 10 years?
Well, I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family? But
I think that we know how hoes are created. Callie said it earlier. Something about they ain't had their daddy, their daddy didn't love them. That's one. Secondly, most of these hoes been hurt by a man. Just like these niggas that been hurt by women, they become hoes. It's the same thing.
Savage.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Even with what Callie is saying, the lack of love, hopelessness, a deficit, desperation. That's all the same umbrella. I'm desperate for the love of a real man because a man never loved me. So I'm out there searching for the love of a man. But because I don't know how to properly find love from a man because I never experienced it. So now from these worst experiences that I've had and the damage that I've had from men, I'm telling you now, I'm only going to use them for what I like them for, because there's no possibility that they could ever even try to love me correctly. And I'm so lost on love, so in the deficit, I'll be desperate. And a lot of women have seen this. The girl come up here, Hank, remember the girl that came up here who was cosplaying a man? She was a whole butch, calling the women male-centered up here. You're trying to become them niggas. Talk about you're fucking up a storm because you're a man and you're acting like a man. That's male worship down to the ground.
So the women who are promiscuous, are we saying they're all desperate?
Majority. I'm not saying that, but I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like in my point in my life, I feel like I was being groomed to cater to him.
So at 18, when did you guys break up or stop dealing with each other?
When I was 21, turning 22.
So you were for about 3 to 4 years. How did you upgrade him?
Oh shit.
I think that I gave him a different perspective.
Well, you also feel like after you dated him, I upgraded you, and then all these women want you after what I did for you.
Hey, bro, he was 18, bro. Like, you grilling him, bro. What the fuck?
No, it's hard to imagine an 18-year-old girl upgrading a 28-year-old man, but then you left. I'm curious, what could you have possibly really done to a man that age? Like, you don't have no money, you 18, you don't have much knowledge, you 18.
But what we're witnessing is cognitive dissonance. So there's no way you admonish the man by saying that you upgraded him and then in another breath say he groomed you. Mm-hmm. Those two things are diametrically opposed, right? And then you said age don't matter. People could be wise beyond their years. However, when Tamia gave you the bail money about you being 18, you like, yeah, I was just 18. Nah, because remember you just said that you had the wisdom and understanding of somebody older than that, which is what you would be able to bestow on him. Right? Ooh. So these things are conflicting when we saying them. Did you actually upgrade him, or was you mad and talking shit to him because he cheated on? Are most of us cowards? Are most of us willing to kill and die for our wife and children? Are we willing to defend ourselves? Do we know what it looks like when shit is hitting the fan? Do we know when danger is actually upon us? How many dangerous situations have we been in to tell? Do we know who we are in these ways? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you are in a real life situation and a person approaches you after an aggressive conversation, get yourself in a position in which you can defend yourself properly. So don't stay in a position that doesn't give you any advantage but put you at a disadvantage. Don't ever do that. see people picking and choosing, you know? So if I'm going to approach you in an aggressive manner, then I should stay that way. Or else you look bad. That shit look corny. That shit don't look good for men. Because it's like, damn, is there a low-level threat of violence between men for real? But that's the word. We pump faking. We half stepping. That shit take away from our strength, our bravado, when we don't know how this shit's supposed to go. So this is a thing that I just been trying to process, man. Don't sleep on nobody. And be ready. Be ready as you can. The man says he got cheated on, and you tell him he's the reason why he got cheated on because she didn't feel like she was getting enough emotional support from him, and you justify him getting cheated on.
And like I said, that's unfortunate. But the person that he
got cheated on, you would have been like, "Girl, that nigga ain't shit."
No,
so
first of all, you don't know me, so you don't know what I would have said. I would have asked, well, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? I would try to get the full story. But to just go on this I hate women train, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, give us the full details. But to just act like everything was just shine the rainbow, sorry, Uno, but it's more to it.
Right.
So I just want you to realize real quick, she was emotionally deprived, and you think
then she entered a relationship with him.
But no, you add a speculation on what we do know based on what he shared, and somehow you're saying he emotionally deprived her. You think that correlates?
Because before she probably sexually had that experience with that man, she probably emotionally attached herself to him.
Wow.
Attach themselves to a man.
How?
And then have the intercourse.
How do you know that?
Because I know. The same way y'all know. The same way that y'all know everything that y'all done talked about.
No, what I'm saying is, how do you know that, and how can you justify that based on women's behavior?
Because it's statistics. Somebody do the research.
If she has a dream about me cheating, am I at fault now?
You did that shit.
You did that shit, nigga. You did that shit in your past life, man.
Damn, boy. So he got hit with a honey bun and it's his fault. Okay.
That's like a boomerang.
I mean, I don't know his situation. How much would you say yes or no?
Well, she let another man put his penis in her vagina. He didn't ask her to do it. She just went and did it because or whatever.
So I don't know how it's his fault unless he, maybe he's seen the signs and just chose to ignore them. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure you left after you found out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did the right thing.
Stepping away from it. So is that an assurance for a partner? Is that an option as well? Like giving like open book.
I got you. Real quick. Hey fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she call you a partner, get up out of there. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me log in that joint whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that will work for sure. Yo, that accountability helps people too. If you know somebody else is looking at this shit, like how you reply, what you reply to, the bullshit, right? So like for instance, this might be risky. Callie and I can see it, and my wife can see it. Now I don't even really look at it that much because I know that they be looking at it. But also bullshit get flushed. You know what I'm saying? It like take a weight off you, right? Because temptation killed the cat, pun intended.
I don't even have a lock on my phone. You can pick up my phone at any moment and go in there looking and see text messages and all of that shit.
Don't get a password. You say delete it, it's gonna be deleted.
You mentioned that one of the problems was that you have so much access on social media. Like some of the people can message you, DM, your DMs popping. Him looking at it, is that going to satisfy him that it's confirmed now, or is he just trying to confirm whether or not you're responding back and cheating?
The con to that is that he gonna read all that shit the wrong way for sure.
Every time,
as he should. It ain't never all good.
I was just going to say something to the fact of, in terms of social media, although primarily I do it for content creation, if my man had an issue with it, I was at it, no questions asked, because I've actually been there, done that.
It calls for strokes. Like somebody will punch you in your shit for talking too much and talking crazy.
It say that in the Bible? No, it doesn't say that in the Bible. That also equates to...
I knew it. A fool lips enter into contention and his mouth calleth for strokes. Proverbs 18:6.
Okay.
Because I read this shit. I'm just saying
I did too, 5,000 times.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, well, you didn't know that was in there, right?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out.
So...
Yeah. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Ham about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ Ham about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go.
Yep.
This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show.
I like that shit, folks.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ Ham, the stampede.
DJ Ham, the stampede.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Salute, salute, salute. Aaron, Mr. Fantastic was popping.
Yo, what up, what up?
Nothing to it.
What's the word? How y'all feeling, man?
Man, another wonderful week, man.
That's a fact.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
That's a fact, man. Y'all working today? Or y'all don't work?
Working right now.
I don't know what that is.
I feel good every Monday. I have a chance to hang out with my brothers on the panel. You know what I mean? Shout out to the family and the people in the cloud. But I told you this before. It's a marker in the week, a milestone in the week that I really look forward to. This shit gets me on the right foot, man.
Indeed, indeed. You know, I thought about it a few times, like switching days, switching shows around and all that, but I'm like, nah, it's good. It's like, it makes Monday to me, more palatable, right? 100%. You know, it doesn't seem, just because, you know, Monday, even if you don't, you know, we work for ourselves, but so every day it kind of feels the same, but weekends are still weekends, you know. But it's a good pop off to the week, and I think most people in the chat also agree with that, you know. Mm-hmm. So salute to the 100 people in the building. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do anything eventful this weekend?
Brother. My damn son got me caught up in yet a more sports activity, so I spent most of my damn Saturday and Sunday doing that. But other than that, you know, the regular same old.
What he playing?
You know what he playing? What you talking about? We only do one thing over here.
Hey, yo, man, listen to me, B. It's a basketball frame, a football frame that y'all got. It's not a basketball frame.
You're crazy. Have you seen my other son?
Don't he play wide receiver?
Yeah, he do. But
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
That's a basketball body.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. What he getting money for? To play football?
Yeah.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Hey, man. Hey,
what type of argument you trying to make?
Just because he can do other things, you can, again, man, a fucking hammer can be a tool or a weapon, brother. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%. But he's a football player, though.
Yes, don't matter. Don't remind me. Right? Come on, man. Talk about.
Yo, think about this, man. Cause you 6'5", right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If you were like let's say your father like honed you to play basketball, right? Like honed you, groomed you to play basketball. Is he frozen? You go. Oh,
nah, I think I did. I think I froze. I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Like, did your father like make you play basketball?
Nah. That was all me.
That's what I'm saying, right? So imagine if he groomed you, molded you to play basketball. Could you have played the 1?
Nah, I couldn't have played. I could have played the 2 or the 3. But my dad not a what's the name though. Again, but, we got caught up in that weird ass time, man, to where. So my basketball coach was old school. So this was like pre Kevin Durant, pre LeBron James, to where, you know what I'm saying, if your ass is 6'5" or whatever, you the tallest one of the tallest people in the thing, you go end up on a post. So my ass, I'm 6'4" in high school, right?
Yeah.
Skinny as a motherfucker, but so that's how I ended up there. You weren't even allowed to dribble the ball.
Yeah,
so
and
it's just a totally different thing.
That's what I'm saying. It was a different time, right? I guess but your ability wise, right? Could you have played the 1 or the 2, like based on your athletic prowess?
My athletic prowess at the time, I would have been like a 3-and-D guy. I was a damn good defender, perimeter and fucking like post defender for like my size.
And that's what I'm saying.
I would have been like a yeah.
But think about it. You short as hell for the 3. I'm talking about at the next level. You're not short as hell, but you're kind of short for the 3.
No, yeah, you're short. You're gonna make up. You have, but yeah. So I definitely would have been a 2. I would have been a 2. I would have been
okay. Now think about this. Tight end. Pause. D end.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, but you gotta think. So I didn't start.
No. Nah, I'm talking about baby boy, nigga. You wash. I ain't talking about that. It's over with, nigga. I'm talking about baby boy.
Yeah, that's jeans that we slim, bro.
Yeah,
like, all fucking slim muscle.
But you grew into it. You see, I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, but that's past college years.
Hey, let me finish a sentence, please. Jesus Christ, we're trying to get the boy a scholarship.
Telling me about my genetics. Go ahead,
yes,
doctor. Go ahead,
exactly. Listen, it's really a football frame. It's not a basketball frame. You just like basketball. But 6'5", 6'4", right? That's right in the wheelhouse of playing the best sport that the Most High ever created. Now you got to be short and play great defense, right? But like you said, the Rodman is a thing of the past. Pause. This is crazy. I got mad pauses, right? Like even Rodman, his name is a pause. But football, it's right in the vein, though.
Nah, man. Again, you thank my crazy ass fucking football coach for that. I didn't want no part. I didn't want no parts of that shit. I didn't want no parts of football.
He's right.
That nigga was crazy. So
he's right.
But, yeah, but nah.
6'4" to 6'6" is the sweet spot for like wideouts and linemen. Like right there, that's the.
Nah, definitely. I could have fucking. I can catch a fucking football, bro. I would have been.
Let me say something.
Does your son have crazy jets? Is he fast?
Oh, my oldest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a football player already.
Definitely, because there's one thing basketball players
Aaron,
can't
he's
do.
already a football player. He already plays football in college. He's already on scholarship.
It's wrapped up. Bro. It's wrapped up.
No, I'm talking about the baby. Aaron, come on, Aaron. You come on.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the baby, Aaron.
Yeah, why you bullshitting?
He only 14.
This little motherfucker done caught a growth spurt. And I can't tell because,
Is he fast?
No, he's not fast at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's more bulky too. He not as thin as the.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. See,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking. Yeah, you think I'm talking about you? Hold on. You think I'm talking about you, nigga? You done. Nobody cares about you. I'm talking about the baby.
He's gonna be a linebacker then.
No, he's not gonna be. No, man. No. He's got the right. He's got.
Or DN a tight. Well, how tall is he?
He has the right. He has the right sport.
How tall is he?
Now he like 5. I want to say like 5'9", 5'10". He just caught a crazy.
He's 14.
Over the year.
Linebacker.
Yeah, 14.
Linebacker.
Nah, man, the little one, he gonna be the tallest one of all of us. He gonna be like 6'6".
I'm trying to tell him, Aaron.
There's no such thing as a 6'7" fucking tight. No, what's the tallest tight end?
They love the boy that came from Florida that played for Atlanta. They love him, even though he not good. What's his name? He went like 3rd or 4th pick. He's not good. But they love him.
Listen, he can always listen. He always switches to football at any point in time.
No, you can't.
The boy, yes, he can. He literally, it's a boy down here. He from Jacksonville. He played for Georgia.
No, you can always switch from football to basketball. You can't switch from basketball to football.
You can always switch from for wide receiver, tight end. You can always switch from football to basketball, bro.
No,
basketball to football.
They have speed that basketball players don't have. A basketball player can't shrink 40 yards into 20 yards.
You're crazy.
Wide receivers, get out. You catch a wide receiver out in open sea, he'll turn 60 yards into 20 yards real quick.
So the difference is just the limitations of the court. Basketball players have to be naturally fast. I promise you. Of course, you got your what's the boy Tyreek Hills. You got your Tyreek Hills, right, and your Deshaun Jacksons or whatever. But trust me, Aaron,
they ain't got the stride. They don't have. They don't have that.
Gotta be.
Aaron,
they don't have that. The stride. We talking about an open.
Y'all don't watch enough basketball to know. LeBron James, I promise you this. LeBron James ran a 40 right now. LeBron James still has a fucking sub 540 at 40 years old.
I ran a sub 540 in college.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's 40, bro. He's 6'8". He's 200 and probably at this point 70 pounds. Still 5% body fat at 40. Aaron.
I was an old lineman.
Yeah, I got you, but still, y'all just. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to say something worth saying.
He ain't running 4.3 nothing, 4.4 nothing.
Who? LeBron?
LeBron.
Yeah, crazy.
No, he not running.
Wideouts all day. Cover that.
And LeBron was a basketball/football player.
He might get a 4.7.
Oh my God. Yo, listen, you guys just stop. Both of y'all. Here's what I'm saying. The baby boy is a football player. You understand? Whether you like it, understand it, accept it, believe it or not. Okay? I seen his body type. He need to be playing football. Okay? This vicarious shit. Okay? All right? I understand it.
He can always come around to that, man. He got time.
You know what? I need to start coming to Jacksonville.
He got time, man. He can pick it up whenever. Like I said. We got him in.
Yo, you got an extra room?
Shit. Nah, one's full of shoes and what's the other one? I don't know.
So yeah,
I can make room. I can make room.
Me and Big Chill coming down, man.
I can make room.
Me and Big Chill coming down, cause enough, man.
Perfect.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. Salute everybody in the building, man. We got 130 people in the building already. Please hit the like button. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go all the way back up to the top, man. I should have done it early when we have so many people commenting. But salute Ronnie, Impress, Vet Life, Angel, Dude was popping, Nightbot behaving, Prime. What up, kid? Ja Quinn, good to see you. Skinny Boy was popping. Salute. Josh Breezy was goody. All right. See, now they all in the conversation. Now it's hard to see everybody. All right, man. I got to see y'all when I see y'all. Strada, what up? SPS in the building, man. Nightbreaker was popping. John was goody. Salute, man. Wall Street was popping. All right, man. Let's go, man. Hit the like button if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. I apologize for missing on Friday. I was in the airport from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. I missed my flight because the line was no cap, no exaggeration, a mile long, son. So it said, yo, go downstairs. And it said 120 minutes from this point. I had to walk 15 minutes past that 120-minute mark. I got there at 3:30. My flight left at 5. Wasn't going to happen. So, boom, I left, came back about 10. And then I had a flight. I got on at 4 o'clock. I was in line for 4 hours. I was halfway to D.C. They turned the plane around, brought it back to Houston.
What happened?
They said that BWI had a funny smell coming from the airport. So they turned my plane around. They like shut BWI down essentially. So we flew an hour and a half back to Houston. and then boom, it ended up being like something like electrical fire. So you know, based on what the electrician said, that got a real funny smell to it. And so they found it, and then the airport was open again. So then I was looking for a flight, couldn't find it. I was about to pay $500 for a flight. Found a Frontier flight for $100. That shit got delayed. So I left at 11, had a 5-hour layover in Tampa, and then finally made it to DC at like 9 a.m. on Saturday. So hell of a trip, but it was what it was. You gotta pay them people, man. Good gracious. They said they supposed to get paid today though. I asked a few of them. Yeah, that's what they were saying. But I see my brother Joe though. You know what I'm saying?
Funding bill get passed for government funding.
Did it get
It's
passed?
strange that they couldn't divert to Dulles or Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, and that's what and one lady started yelling, of course. I ain't gonna tell Miss Fantastic her nationality, but she started yelling and saying, "Bring us to fucking DC, this, that, and the third."
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna. If you guess what I want to play a game called Guess What Race It Is. I saw that on Breakfast Club. What race do you think she was, Aaron?
Zoid.
What race you think she was, Mr. Fantastic?
As they say down here in Jacksonville, black.
Brother.
I don't know, cause I ain't look back.
Perfect.
Oh, you can tell. You ain't gotta look, motherfucker. You can tell the difference between the white boys and the black boys. Goddamn.
They all sound the same to me, man.
Bullshit.
They all sound the same to me, Playboy. All right, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. It's like when you miss a day, you're like, damn, I've been gone for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the 200 people in the building. I got a bunch of questions for these two brothers here, man. But I got this hypothesis that I came up with. You heard? But before we get to that, Mr. Fantastic, did you see what was named as the greatest monstrosity in human history?
No.
You didn't? The gravest crime against humanity. Y'all didn't see this?
Oh no, yeah. And UN.
What? Aaron, are you aware of this?
Let's see.
Aaron, Mr. Fantastic, can you edify him real quick?
So the UN had a thing about slavery, and they said it was a vote, and I think America and another country was the only two that voted no or voted against it.
United States, Israel, and I think it was one more.
Yeah, United States and Israel, and I don't know who the other one was, but I know those two for sure.
What you think about that, man?
Voted against slavery, like making it a thing?
Being the most grave, what's the name?
Try that shit if you want to.
Well, America said it. America voted no.
Because America's smart.
And Israel voted no.
America don't want that smoke.
What smoke?
Trying to bring back slavery?
No. Not bringing it back. No, they're not bringing it back. They were
what are we saying?
So the thing was what it was for the time being. So saying that it was the gravest thing of all time, monstrosity, right? So that's what it's saying. So the impact that it had on society, pretty much.
Yeah, it's saying the most gravest thing in human history was slavery.
And America says it is not?
Yeah, America, Argentina, and Israel voted no. Yeah, the worst crime. It was voted the most grave.
Yeah, I mean, it's either one or two. And it's one because it's stretched out over such a long period of time. Anybody that doesn't agree with that is stupid.
a historic vote at the United Nations on slavery.
Therefore, draft resolution A/80/L48 is adopted.
The UN General Assembly has declared that slavery is the gravest crime against humanity, specifically the enslavement of some 12 million Africans and their descendants through the transatlantic slave trade. The resolution put forward by Ghana was harshly criticized by the United States, where tens of millions of descendants of enslaved Africans live today. We'll be talking about that later on. First, I want to hear the reaction from Ghana. DW correspondent Isaac Kaleji is in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. Isaac, good to see you.
Thank you.
What's you guys' thoughts on this? Does this make way for any other potential legislation? Maybe not legislation, but maybe the 40 acres thing, reparations thing. Why would America say no? And also, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, I just want to add this part. Joel edified and said that most, or did he say most? Most of the European countries didn't vote at all. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, so it would be setting grounds for possible reparations from a global standpoint, giving global pressure to America for reparations. So that's why they can't agree to that, because it's a lawsuit, right? And that would set up that type of thing. Now if you agree with it, it'll be harder for you to beat that case if it was, somehow properly set up and formulated.
What you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of process with this shit.
Well, I say let me go, Aaron, because we got it's Monday. People waiting on us. We wasn't here Friday. You feel me? So let me get the energy up, and then you could bring it down just a little bit. You see what I'm saying? With the pregnant pauses and shit. So one thing I was thinking about is, does this push back against or bring light to, or do we need to recognize, like, hey, if the world voted on this as the most grave thing that happened in human history, and particularly the transatlantic slave trade, the open the window for reparations, and then what about the removal of a whole bunch of stuff? Did we ever talk about that in depthly? Like removing the different monuments and different postings about what happened during slavery, right? Closing those things down. Now, Ms. Fantastic, those are executive orders by Trump, removing those different things, right? Changing up verbiage in books and the things of that nature.
Yeah, more likely than not. Yeah, yes, because returning it back. Because I know a lot of the ones that were removed, he returned. So I want to say yeah.
He returned them back.
Yeah. Like they changed the names and they took down some of the monuments. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about the black monuments. So he was removing those and then replacing, like, put Robert E. Lee back and shit like that. Right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm confused.
Like all those parks was being closed and stuff, remember? Like the different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember him removing any of the black ones. I just remember them putting back up the original ones that were there. So they were replaced with black ones, and then they took the black ones down. That would be the full context. But I'm not aware of him targeting, say you got a Rosa Parks statue and they did no. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but there was one. I think it was like an underground railroad like trail site, and it had the like what happened in that particular place, and those things were being removed and etc. Mm-hmm. I guess it's so much of a focus on the negative aspect of what our history was. Well, that's what he was saying. But a lot of people are calling it an erasure of it, purposely. Mm-hmm. Different landmarks and things of that nature. And I guess to speculate, why would America say no? Why would the United States say no?
That's the part I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely for legal protection, for possible future litigation.
Legal protection?
Yeah. So like how they made the settlements for a lot of these other countries and stuff in these dealings, right? So like what was the accords that pretty much decided who was going to get paid for Germany and who Germany had to pay and all these different things and so on and so forth. How Israel ended up getting up all that money, right? that was a global thing, pretty much had at the UN, right? There was a decision made on that level. So it would be something extremely similar when it comes to this, if this is brought upon like the the world courts, and they're told that they have to on behalf pay their own people back, because now what I'm saying, this is something that's getting a global eye for the first time, and so a national thing is becoming a global thing. So you can't admit to guilt, because if you admit to guilt and you say that's what it is, if and when the case is presented, well, you already admitted guilt because you felt like it was the gravest thing in humanity.
It sounds great on paper, but I'm afraid that there's more nefarious things at work here. I mean, because like thinking about Germany and Israel, for example, if Germany is required to pay back Israel, or make Israel whole or whatever, it's one country against another. In this case, it's America against America. I mean, unless America is going to be held responsible for paying back countries in Africa, but that's not what's being said. The people that need to be paid back are the very people that reside inside the country that's guilty. So that changes things a little bit. I think the reason why they said no is more nefarious than simply protecting themselves from litigation. I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if and when the reparations case is somehow brought up, that's what it is. You don't, but because it'll be like the state, right? When in the cases where we did this and this and this and this, and we feel like it's a certain way. So now, if you feel like it's a certain way, you're agreeing to culpability. So that's why they can't say it. Because, like I said, this is setting up for a possible reparations. It wouldn't be a lawsuit, but like I said, the whole thing. Israel is the best example I can use.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like I said, I follow. It sounds good on paper. It would be an admission of guilt that would set them up for being responsible, put them on the hook to pay reparations. But with Israel, it's a country being paid by another country. With this, how can countries outside of the U.S. demand the U.S. pay its own citizens reparations? Like, under what court what would be the court to preside over that case? It'd be different if like the UN presided over the case, where Germany and Israel are at each other, because they're two different countries. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to figure out I think what's motivating America to say no is far more nefarious or worse. I'm thinking, I don't know if it's as much, if it's I think it's further than reparations. I don't trust it.
What else would it be though?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that would be the thing. I think we have to try to figure out what it would be if you're claiming it's something other than that.
Right. No.
But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of now. You feel me? Because
so let's play it out. Let's say that America does agree that this is the most heinous crime against humanity. Mm-hmm. Slavery and chattel slavery in America. Mm-hmm. That's America admitting to an admission of guilt. What would be next after that? Like how do you suppose that would play out? The path towards reparations. Who's going to spark that litigious process?
It would definitely be some type of civil rights or some type of civil rights or some type of
anybody other than BLM. I hear you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be BLM at all.
No. Right. So let's say we found someone that's going to spark that, set it off. Who do they go to? Where do they go to with their demands?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You bring it to that council. So that's who it would. That's who.
The UN.
Yeah. Or start a whole new accord. That would be what it would be. So whoever makes the decision, like whenever there's atrocities, or there's things that are found to be illegal, right? That's who it would be.
Like the Geneva Convention.
Yeah. Well, that's Geneva Conventions, or what's the Accords? I can't think of the names. Y'all help us out in the chat. The Accords that they had, pretty much to divvy up the money from everything that they recovered from Germany once the war was over. What Accords were those? It was something Accords. I can't think of what it is. But Geneva Conventions or the Accords, either one of the two. But I think it was a combination of the two.
So, okay. Abraham Accord.
Abraham, was it Abraham?
I don't know. I'm reading the chat. Abraham Accord. That's what they're saying.
Let me hold on. Give me a second. Let me mute this now.
My bad. All right, let me see. Okay. So where do we end up?
Abraham Accords, a series of joint normalization agreements between Israel, several Arab nations, United Arab. This has nothing to do with Germany. You're saying this was an accord between Germany and Israel? And Israel.
No. It wasn't Germany and Israel. It was pretty much like the states. They decided where the money went after the things. I'm looking at the Yalta Agreement is what it's saying.
Oh, Havara Agreement.
Yeah, all of them shits.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Luxembourg Agreement. Blah blah blah.
Agreements and accords.
Right.
But anyway,
so it would look like that.
The lines of that.
Right. Okay.
What did I miss?
None.
Okay.
Well, a lot, but nothing that we're just trying to figure out the path. Like what I was saying was, it's just I'm in fear that America has a more nefarious reason to say no, other than just avoiding litigation, right? Just avoiding self-incriminating. But Fantastic is starting to convince me that may not be the case, or that it could be very real that America could self-incriminate their way into reparations, and that's something to avoid.
Yeah,
I just still don't trust it.
100%. I think that just makes great business sense, right?
Right.
Like, that's that level of agreement, or just that level of acknowledgement opens the doors to what? So it makes sense to me. Do you guys feel any type of way about the fact that it was acknowledged as such? Just like any type of sentiment? I guess for me, I'm like, yeah, rightfully so. The Holocaust don't compare.
They had the same thing down in Brazil too. So I don't know if this is a trend or this is what, because the people in Brazil refused the same thing, but it was on just their national level. So I don't know what's coming up or what is the, you know what I mean? But it seems to be, Aaron's definitely right there. There's something afoot or something brewing much deeper, because they had a similar talk just in Brazil alone. And again, I think a lot of us forget just how huge Brazil's population of slave trade is. I think 70% of slaves went to Brazil, right?
Yeah, they have a lot for sure.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So yeah, that the main two. So we talk about America, of course, but nobody's mentioning Brazil. And if you Google it, don't take my word for it. Brazil literally had the same thing, was just on their level. So I don't know what is what's happening, but yeah, it's definitely monumental because like I said, the reverberations of it.
I mean, the truth is, right, if they can do carbon dating, right, we can get some semblance of how much money this all amounts to. Like you could find some level of calculation, where slave trading people working for free, getting moved to and fro different countries, right? People were literally currency. How much is that worth to the people that were subject to it, right? And then who would benefit their based on ancestry and etc. But how much money, how many companies came from the currency of people during the slave trade and such? During slavery, how much money was saved on labor? Was there? I don't even know. Like it just so much that goes into it. And I know we had a conversation so often about are we still affected by said things, right? Mr. Fantastic, we had that conversation all the time, like what's holding you back, right? I think the thing that we kind of gloss over is what pushed them forward. How did you get on high? How did you get ahead, you know? Like where does it start though? You know, like even if nobody's doing something to me, how did they get on high in the first place? So I just think it's a lot to it. So it's just interesting when they acknowledge it to this extent, right? Even obviously over the Holocaust, which I think is obvious reason why Israel probably voted against it, right? I wonder why Argentina voted against it.
Oh, because of their ties with Germany.
Oh, you're talking about for the national joint. I don't know, because Argentina, you know, that's one of the newest allies. I don't think they have a big what's the name though? I don't think they have a big slave.
No, they don't
involvement at all. Because most of their people like white.
Yeah, they white.
Most of their people are like Spaniard.
Yeah, they Spaniard. Yeah.
You'd be surprised to know the population of Nazis that fled Germany or were kicked out of Germany that ended up in Argentina. It's wild.
That's a great point, Aaron. That's good. I forgot about that. You're right. That was one of the main places they flee to in here.
Half the scientists came here to the U.S. under Project Operation Paperclip, and the other half went to Argentina.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I gotta look more into it, but I said, well, let's at least, you know, talk about it a little bit and see what the potential effects are or residuals, you know, that come from it. So we gotta stay abreast of this just to understand it and what the implications are, what it actually means, man. Salute. Perfect. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So I had a hypothesis, man. Let's get into this. I had a hypothesis that I kind of just brewed up in my head, and maybe it could have come from somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ Ham the Stampede. DJ Ham the Stampede.
First question for y'all two. What makes a man? Aaron and Mr. Fantastic. What makes a man? What you think, Aaron?
Fully developed brain housing group and an XY chromosome.
Mr. Fantastic, what makes a man?
Brother.
Character, morals, values, willingness to fulfill duty of protection and provision.
Perfect.
We always say purpose. We always mention that word purpose, game plan. You know? Do you think most of us have purpose?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You guys seem unsure. Mr. Fantastic, you more so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Purpose can be extremely broad, and you can't really define it. I mean, a person can feel like their purpose is to fucking just populate the earth. You may not agree with it, right? But if that's what their purpose is, and they deem their purpose, that's their purpose. I mean, I bet the best thing would be like a supervillain, right? So the supervillain chooses the villain arc, even though it's counterintuitive to order and, you know, good things. That's still his purpose. Even the villain serves a purpose, because without the villain, you have no heroes.
You wouldn't be able to qualify a hero, right? Essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he need to have that opposition, especially when the opposition is the same strength. That's where you could really identify who the heroes are. Let me ask you a question. If the women were in order, like we continue to bash they fucking head brains in about, would most men be ready?
Yes.
Nah. I gotta go no on that one. Most men don't want the, and we talking about the men, so I'm gonna stay with the men. Most men don't want the work that comes with a relationship and what comes with maintaining a relationship. Most men just want access to sex in a woman or whatnot, right? Will men be able to adapt if it was available? Yeah, I think, right? But still, the key word here is want, or would they be ready? Nah. On the spot, it's here, it's available, pick it up and go. No, I think most men would be able to grow into it and adapt. But being ready off the spot, if it's right here in front of you, she don't got no kids, she's submissive, she's this, she's that, all this other shit. Nah, most niggas not ready for that.
Aaron?
Yeah, I think when we say most, I'm not talking about a staggering majority, but more than 50%, I would say 50 to 60% of the men out here are ready to deal with that in a sensible way. I'm not saying that they're going to be stellar performers, but what we're saying is that the majority, at least 50+% of men are incapable of taking care of the basics of running a family. And I believe that that's not the case. I believe that they can.
You think that with our estrogen-ridden population, most men are capable of taking care of a family?
Yes.
Okay. What do you surmise is taking care of a family?
I mean, the usual, the cliche provision, protection.
Ain't no usual, Aaron. Think about it.
No, I'm talking about the usual talking points.
Well, but if they don't fit, you must have quit, right?
What do you mean?
So you're saying provision, protection, but most of us ain't protecting or providing. Nothing.
I'm not talking about 100% provision, first of all.
Me neither.
Okay. so most men and families are paying the majority of the bills. So that kind of handles provision. We're not talking about men. We're not talking about men who are shiftless.
You saying him paying whatever he could pay, and then she paying whatever she could pay.
So long that it adds up to him paying the majority.
Do you think most men are emotionally aware? You think most men are romantically inclined?
No.
But you saying most niggas got a job?
Yes, most men have a job. What does it have to do with being romantically inclined?
Because you saying provision. So I guess now me talking to you, I know good and goddamn well you know that provision don't just stop at money.
No, it doesn't. But what does romantic inclination have to do with anything?
Provision.
Providing romance?
Yes. How about
necessary?
Yes.
Necessary?
In a family, yes. You got a wife. Let me ask you.
There are many things that precede romance.
Let's keep fighting.
If that enters the conversation before we get to those things, then we're improperly prioritizing it.
Well, I said emotion, then I said romance, then we said money. Money, you said yes. Okay, cool.
No. Emotional awareness. You see, when you ask me these things, I need to know what it is. Yes, I believe that most men are emotionally aware.
Of what?
Themselves and the fact that they have to navigate the emotions of a woman if they want to have a family.
You think most men are capable? That's a bad question. You think most men are proficient?
More than 50% of men, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You seem unsure.
You got to remember, you're talking about if they're faced with women that have prepared themselves and that are ready to fit the bill. We're not talking about emotionally chaotic.
I'm asking you right now.
No. You're saying if in the event women got their shit together, as we beat over their head, you so eloquently put, right? Then that means the women that these men are going to have to deal with do not carry the emotional what's the word I'm looking for? The emotional liabilities that are currently.
Don't try to save them, Mr. Fantastic. Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
You don't get what I'm saying? The circumstances will change.
It. I mean, I'm just not responding to it, but I get what you're saying. And you saying that most of us in the estrogen-ridden male populace that exists, most men can do all this shit. How about rearing children? Raising children.
Yes.
You think most men are ready and capable for that?
Yes.
Were you?
Capable, yes. Ready, no.
Yeah. Was I? Capable,
no.
rest?
Capable, yes. Ready, no. No one's ever ready, but...
And then, think about this. Think about this. No. What greater men you know than you?
Say what?
What greater men you know than you at your level?
Oh, lots. Many.
I'm just trying to understand this, man. I'm trying to see where we at, you know?
When you say at my level, we're not talking about like my father and those cats. No. We're talking about my peers.
Your father's great.
My father, I wouldn't know where, I wouldn't be able to touch him if I had a 40-foot pole.
100%. Your father's great. I question the adaptability. I didn't even get the protection where they say most men overestimate their fighting prowess by 400%.
Yes.
I question adaptability as well.
Well, I think adaptability, even you asking that question proves adaptability, even though you're not ready, right?
Yeah.
I don't think most of us are ready for parenting and fatherhood, right? But that's something that men seem to get right immediately, right? Especially that too, and that's why I say protection, right?
How?
Even if it's you gotta throw. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
How, bro? Think about our decision making, right? Think about our decision making, right? Even if the women, you know, like, because I don't want to have so much of the argument, Mr. Fantastic, about just who selects it and all that, right? But we talk about all these ain't shit mothers, you know, and there's a minority of us, right? Because I think whatever it is, you know, at the younger ages that are having those kids, right? But it's what 30 or 40% of us that are doing it at younger ages, right? Just like the selection process that we go through, and then we left fending off what we say is a bad mother from a distance, right? Seeing the kid every so often, that kid is largely under their covering and etc. And so it's hard to reset, right? Reset whatever she instills in them.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm just thinking like it's like we adapted, right? Or placated to how the women are moving. So the women are more promiscuous. We just moving in that way, right? But then our kids are not born in a construct in which the kids can thrive, generally speaking. Mm-hmm. So, let's say it is adaptation, but is it in a following manner?
No. Well, no, I don't think it's a following. You can't say that, right? Because that's adaptation. That would literally be canceling out the definition of adaptation. So if a climate gets warmer or colder, you literally have to adjust to what it is. So the part of the dynamic here is the men have no choice, right, in the woman's behavior. If the women get into a certain way and the women understand the leverage they have in the situation, right, and they say, okay, well, hey, if you don't do this, you don't get this, the men are forced to do that. Because what happens is the women will, and this is the 80-20 rule personified. Mm-hmm. So what the women will do is the men that do what they want them to do, they will fucking corner the market of access to the women. So what happens is, and the men try, you can try, they say, well, fuck this, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be that, and I'm going to whatever. Well, how long you going to stay on the sideline and not be able to motherfucker have sexual access and then procreate? You see what I'm saying? So that's, I think, like I said, when we really get deep down into this and look at this from science, sociology, anthropology, and so on and so forth, this is the danger that I don't think we really understand from an extremely deep level of the power that women have in the relationship dynamic. And that's not
turn your mic up, Mr. Fantastic.
My bad. That's not a cop out or anything. People will tell you, and this is why we're having this conversation so often, because the women are literally out here saying, "Hey, the dumb females just said." Ari Lennox was talking about a week ago how I wish I would have got with the good guy and la la la, and I saw now Ari Lennox on a motherfucking podcast with 2 other dumb hoes, right? And she's talking about how their successful women don't need men. So when the women keep listening to each other and they're creating this thing, well, damn, what are the men gonna do? You either gonna not play at all, which again, one of your purposes is to motherfucking procreate, and you have a biological imperative to go towards the woman. It's very, very limited in the choices that you have. Are there gonna be some women? Yes, but we know that some women, or that very small minority of women, are not enough to go around for all the men. Women know this. So women have fucked the whole game up because they control the most important thing of all, which is the ability to procreate.
So you're saying men were left with little choice but to adapt to the current landscape?
Yeah. If a woman says she's not attracted to A, B, C, or D, this is why men do what we do. This is why, again, at the back of your mind, most of the things you do as a man is for the attraction of a woman. Most of it.
It's the only option if we can't exercise force doctrine to get our meat.
That's what I'm saying. We don't want that. Shout out to Aaron. So, hey, so that's what I'm saying. So sticking within societal norms, HAMP, right, and not being the thing that they claim men are, forcing ourselves upon the women. The men have to and have no choice but to adapt to what the women allow and what they want and what they desire.
Which is the exact adaptability that I'm referring to when we look at this utopian society where all the women got their shit together. They would adapt in the right. It would be easy.
Okay. So we're saying that the men have 2 options: adapt to how the women move, or just abstain.
That's pretty much it. But the vast majority of men, that is it.
I mean, that's always the case between a hunter and the prey. A hunter either follows their prey, or they starve.
Yeah, great analogy, Eric.
Say it again, Aaron.
It's always the case with a hunter and its prey. The hunter always follows the prey. If it either follows the prey and eats, or it starves. It doesn't go to where the prey is and can expect a meal.
So you saying that the gazelle is king of the jungle?
No, the gazelle determines the direction the lion runs in. The lion's still king. Because if you pound for pound match him up, the lion wins. The lion's king. But the gazelle dictates the direction that the lion runs in.
Exactly. The lion is directly dependent upon the gazelle's action. Yeah, he's directly dependent. He has no choice. He can't stay in the spot where the gazelle ain't at because he's gonna die.
Okay, so you're
just
saying
HAMP used a great example, right? Because we, you know what I'm saying, we all watched fucking National Geographic growing up, right?
Yeah.
You know, during the hottest time of the year, you have the droughts. So even that, right? You have to go where the water is. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna die. So it's the same thing. Wherever the source is, whatever is needed for survival. And again, I keep telling y'all this shit. One of these days, motherfuckers gonna catch on to me talking about this biological imperative. Everybody's gonna get it. The most important part of survival, HAMP, is species survival. Is continuation of the species. That's the most important part.
Okay.
So it's fucking, even number one is counterintuitive. They're dependent upon each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just you as an individual. It's not just you as your bloodline. It's you as a species. That's how strong this shit is. And because we're so complex now, and we're so modernized, we've gotten so far away of the importance of that because we don't even think about it.
Okay. So think about this, right? Most men throughout history haven't procreated. The select men were procreating, right?
Yep.
The men that didn't need to chase for procreating. Right?
Yep.
And we even say the men that don't chase are the ones that have access to the women. Right? The men that fit the aesthetic and things of that nature. So who are we messaging to? We're messaging to those of us that don't normally have access, saying, hey, you need to play the game that the women want you to play because procreation is uberly necessary. And so you got to get in where you fit in. Is that the overarching sentiment?
Yeah.
Because the truth about the gazelle and the lion is it's the water. Right? See, the gazelles go to where they can feed and where the water is, you see? Right? So they all go to the watering hole, right? And that's where people get caught up. The gazelle ain't actually in charge. The weather is. So if there's no grass to eat or whatever they eat, there's no water here, that's where they go. And they're all going to commune there, and that's where they get caught up. What actually happens with the gazelle is the gazelle ain't running a motherfucking thing. The watering hole, the proximity to it, and then how the lions hunt is why gazelles always lose. They don't just chase the gazelle run straight behind them. No, they trap them. They use teamwork. They use strategy. So I just see it a little bit differently. The prey ain't in charge of nothing in the wild. It's the environment.
It has to be because the prey is what helps the what's the name survive.
I'm saying though, Mr. Fantastic, you see, they get them and they're all in proximity to what they all need. See, the water is why the gazelle is there, why the lions are there. They all go into the same watering holes and etc. And then that's where the prey get preyed upon.
Well, no, because you have migration patterns for certain things as to where, especially we're talking gazelles and what's. It's not so even though water is available.
Take this walk with me though. Why is there a migration pattern? Because things dry up, they move. This is why they actually do those things.
You know, the analogy wasn't suggesting that the prey is in charge, right? To say someone is in charge indicates that they have a choice in the matter or they're making a cognitive decision. That's not what's being said. What I'm saying is the one that hunts and pursues something runs in the direction of the thing that they're pursuing. If that thing changes direction for whatever reason, be it a change in climate or availability of water, whatever causes that change in direction, the thing that's doing the hunting follows that direction. I'm not saying the prey has any say in it.
Here's the counter.
I just know that the hunter can't dictate the direction that he runs in if he wants to live.
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's the counter. The water is where they're going, though. You see?
Understood. Okay.
So here's the thing, right? The lion can go to the water before the prey ever gets there, right? Because of the patterns. And now by the time the prey gets there, the lion waiting for him. You see? He ain't following the gazelle.
Sure. But, no, he's preemptively following the gazelle. He's going expecting the gazelle to be there.
But he's not
going to go to a place.
Aaron, take this walk with me. He also needs water.
Found.
Yeah, but take this. The lion needs water. You see? The water is the variable that is the key.
So you mean to tell me lions only pursue gazelles near water?
I'm saying that no. They pursue if they catch a gazelle slipping, then they're gonna get the gazelle. Right.
And when the gazelle hauls ass, when the gazelle takes off, what's the lion gonna do? If the gazelle cuts right, where's the lion going? Left? No, he's going right.
Perhaps depend on the trap they set. So, but here's what I'm saying though: the water is the constant. That's all I'm saying. The water is the constant. They know that the gazelle is going to be where the water is.
You overcomplicate
it. We all agree with that. We're not fighting that, right? What we're saying is this, right? Mm-hmm. You're correct about the source and the water being important, right? Because that's something for everybody. Right, something for everybody. Still outside of that, though, the lions mostly hunt outside, away from the source. So the lions still have to make a plan for the gazelle when it's not at the watering hole. Mm-hmm. So we know this, right? So everything's going to be there within that area. Lions, gazelles, zebras, hyenas, whatever. Everybody, right? Mm-hmm. But what we're saying is, at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Just like we know the lions like to eat fucking gazelles over hippos, hippos live in the water, right? You're not go to hippos guaranteed.
Hold on, Miss. Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hippo is formidable as fuck. That's why the elephant is formidable as hell, right? The giraffe, they're formidable, but if you can get an elephant, the pack eats for a way longer time. But they're good. Okay.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. So what we're saying is,
okay,
the prey that is the prey is chose to be the prey for a reason. Like you said, it is the best ROI for energy expended, what's gonna feed for how long, all these different things, right? You can go after fucking the Cape buffalo, right? That motherfucker a whole lot harder.
Yeah.
And like you said, you got a risk of dying. So the lion has many things to fucking choose from, and all of those things still congregate around. We're not arguing the water hole point. What we're saying is still the prey even dedicates what are we doing? Like you said, you gave the greatest point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we ain't got nothing left and the water hole about to shrink up and dry up and everything left and say we missed the migration or whatever the fuck, now we all got to tackle this fucking hippo. Now, we going into this motherfucker, no, hey, one of y'all probably not going to make it, but we got to sacrifice the one for the however many more we got left. What we're saying is...
so bring it back. So the gazelle is... let's say... Because I don't know all about what animals are easiest to catch, right? So just for the sake of us three, let's say the gazelle is the less formidable. We know it's less formidable than the hippo, right? But, it moves in a particular way, right? So let's say you got the gazelle, right? Which lady is that? So it's the easiest to catch, right?
That's the hope.
And you saying that, we got to get in where we fit in. Not the hippo, not the elephant, not the water buffalo. So we got the gazelle. And now I'm going to placate and adapt to what the gazelle wants, and it's the lowest of the low?
Yeah, but it's the lowest of the... It's like you said, it's the easiest way. I feel you, but... Hemp, and again,
no,
that's... Go ahead, Aaron, you got it.
Hemp, this is bullshit, all right? Listen, you ready? You got your ears open?
Yeah.
Here's how it goes, right? You got men, you got women.
Uh-huh.
Men pursue the damn women.
Uh-huh.
Women go somewhere, men follow.
Uh-huh.
Gazelles and lions. Somebody eats somebody. The motherfucker that does the eating follows the motherfucker he wants to eat. When the gazelle gets the drop on that lion, picks up and hauls ass, whatever direction changes he makes, in his path of running, the lion is going to follow suit because the lion wants to eat his ass. If the lion doesn't do that enough in his life, he's going to die. It doesn't matter if a gazelle's got a mouthful of water at the watering hole, and if he's not willing to pursue a gazelle, he's going to die. He has to eventually come to the conclusion that his path is not going to be chosen by his own doing. It's going to be chosen by the need to eat a motherfucking gazelle. And a gazelle's path is going to be dictated by his belief that he can escape.
Okay.
It's simple. We're not. It doesn't have to be this complicated. Well, and it's just a basic analogy to describe the relationship between men and women, where women go and men pursue, the direction that women go in, men follow that direction. Because Fantastic just outlined it for you.
No. This is the problem. Right? Y'all want to use animals, and then
adaptability,
and then because they call me Hamp Irwin or whatever the fuck. Nah, y'all niggas want to feel some type of way. Nah, we gonna break it down. If y'all want to go use animals, well, let's use animals then. You started it.
No, I finished it. I told you what my intention of using that analogy was. Now, if you want to overcomplicate it and over pursue, it's up to you. But my intention in using the analogy is pretty clear.
Okay. Let me read this real quick. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Ty, what's good, my brother? Good to see you. Says, sounds like somebody's thirsty subject. Aaron with the $2 says, so is the water and the weather equal to money? Okay. So the need to procreate, right, is uberly important, right? That's what we keep getting to, right? The access to the women. So now I got another premise. A man with no kids, at that particular age, right? So I'm not talking about an 18-year-old, right? You see, just because, But I think when do men hit our stride, right? Like 40 years old or so? We start making money, 38, 40. A man with no kids is 3/4 of a man. If there's such an emphasis to procreate, to provide and protect, at a certain age, you operating at 75%. That man isn't at his max level and potential without a family, without children. We say it all the time. Men are content with a PlayStation that's on a crate and a futon in a 1-bedroom apartment. He get a family, he get kids. You start to see him reach his max potential. Right? This is congruent with what we talk about. You see? He doesn't have the need or necessity to do those things. Women are buying houses. Men say there's no need to buy a house to have an asset that appreciates unless I got somebody to live in it or to give it to. You see? But when we assess a person, oftentimes what's our first insult to another man? Broke ass nigga.
Broke ass, yeah, bro.
You don't got shit, nigga. Where you live? Right? What car? Right? We always do that. So I'm just aligning with what we say and how we say it. We say that men are more likely to amass things of value when they have kids, when they have a family. So I said, okay, I'm taking this walk then. A man without kids, he operating at 75% capacity. What y'all think? What y'all think?
Yeah, I believe a man hasn't fully reached his potential or satisfied fully his purpose on the planet by not having kids. Yeah, of course. I mean, the idea is to continue your lineage into the future, right? I mean, hell, at least as a way of paying back the people that brought your ass here, right? We do this for a reason, and as far as mankind is concerned, that's pretty much how we, are able to evolve, by continuing to procreate. Anybody that doesn't contribute to that cycle hasn't fully paid whatever it is that they owe to humanity or to their own lineage.
Do you think it's a slight to the men without kids after 35, 40?
No.
You think it's just true?
Simple.
What you think, Mr. Fantastic? You think they should feel some type of way if they 38, no kids, no woman, no family, no assets?
No. Well, no assets. Yeah, I mean, if you have nothing to show at that age, you have no level of accomplishment or whatnot, what have you. Yeah, you should definitely feel away. But I don't think kids make a man, right? Because we know, as you said, be it genetics or whatever, so on and so forth, the ability to have a child. There's several factors. It comes to your fertility, then the woman that you're dealing with, right? Woman or women, right? And then your desirability to those women, right? So I don't think a childless man, because there's been great, of course, phenomenal men that didn't have children, didn't have lineages, you know what I'm saying, that have lived and walked the earth, right? Some of the greatest men that ever lived. But outside of that, I mean, if you have nothing, like you don't have any type of value other than you breathing, living, and whatever. Yeah, I think that's more of a conversation to be had.
Yeah, so you're saying that they can not have a kid, not have the family, but they can replace that. Now, I guess what concerns me is the conversation that we just had slightly unjust, but there was a lot of relevance to it. Is there such a need to procreate to where you're willing to bend the knee to women and placate, and yet and still you can supersede that accomplishment with other shit, but yet and still we willing to adapt to whatever landscape that the women put in front of us. See, those things don't seem to align.
Oh, they have to. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Oh, yeah, they definitely align. Because again, that is your biological imperative. That is what you subconsciously are motivated to do, and then it's your purpose of this. So at the end of the day, right? Even if now, again, this isn't excusing whatever, right?
Okay.
If the woman you choose to mate with may not be the ideal woman, or so on and so forth, right? You can still get a kid out of the situation, despite the woman not being as whatever, as long as you're directly involved and you can mold that child. Give them the framework. And all these
No, sorry, Ms. You may have misunderstood because I wasn't clear. I'm saying this, right? So, saying that, let's say a man doesn't procreate, right? He don't have lineage, but he's successful in other rights, right? Are you saying that man could reach 100% capacity?
The man without kids?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you create the cure for cancer, or you create some astronomical I think Nikola Tesla, I don't think he had kids.
No, I got you. I think you said that before. Now here's what I'm saying. When we had that conversation, that I'm saying it was like fun, but we were being honest about the gazelle and the whole 9 yards, and we're saying men are literally willing to do whatever the women are asking, essentially, right? And I don't even know if I'm being hyperbolic, but if they're literally willing to do whatever the women are asking, right, to acquiesce to the landscape, because the biological imperative to procreate is so strong, then that is contrary to what you just said. So you can be 100% capacity, but yet you're willing to do whatever the fuck she asks you to do because of your biological imperative. But if you don't fulfill that biological imperative, that man's still at 100%. That just don't make sense to me, because he had a great accomplishment in life.
Yeah, but like you said, that accomplishment can be great, but what's greater than continuing your lineage? You feel me? I mean, from a personal, I guess it's a personal decision, but then the ultimate purpose of a human being is to continue the species and keep the species going.
That's what I'm saying, though. So like, think about this, like Nikola Tesla, right? And now we got to go to the stratosphere for a man to be at 100% if he don't procreate. If we saying, that's a biological imperative, right? And the family and kids are often a catalyst for us as inspiration. I'm just saying, if he's missing that facet, how else could he get to 100% without that facet?
Oh, without doing something super duper
extravagant. Like that cure for cancer is crazy.
I had to have a clear winner. So I would say still, right? Even a teacher, let's say a teacher or professor. Those are extremely important. You feel me?
Okay.
So even though he doesn't have his own children, he's a father-like figure and most importantly, an educator of other people's children. So yeah, I mean, you have mentors, you have men that are, a lot of things and serve different purposes in society that don't have their own biological children, but are fathers to many, right? Just like, I'm the same thing. I'm not saying nothing negative about the women, so I hope I can bring the women in, right, on this one, right? Okay. The same thing. There's this lady, and bro, she's a surrogate grandma of the east side of Macon, Georgia, bro. When she leave this motherfucker, I'm gonna cry. And thank God she's still living. But she was a mother, a surrogate mother to generations, several, up at least like 5, bro, of families. You feel me? So she has her own kids, of course. But you see what I'm saying? Even if she had not had children, that woman is
great impact.
Yeah, for everybody. The same thing for I don't have the male equivalent for that. But like, just think of a football coach or a basketball coach, or the person in the community that does a business owner. Those men definitely exist. So yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Let's bring the women in. It's not disparaging, right? So we back 1-to-1. A woman that is unable to have kids is less valuable on his face for one that can compared to one that can?
Eric, you want Eric say something?
Define unable.
She cannot.
She can't bear kids. She's like barren.
She can't be a surrogate. She can't like carry someone else's egg.
She's barren.
Yeah. No eggs, no nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not as
Yeah, Aaron said it first, so now I'll elaborate. Again, life ain't fair. Men and women are not created equal. Again, and I'm not saying she's useless or any of these things. I'm not, but yeah, she's far less valuable because I think again we get away from a lot of men wanting to get with a woman for the purpose of having children. So yeah.
And I'm just thinking, and I know it's not an equivalent, you know, but if we can say, you know, I'm just looking at that, and maybe it doesn't have a place here, but I'm just thinking about how valuable we see that, right? How much of a benefit that is, right? Would the same thing apply for a man? If a man is not impotent, right? But he's sterile. That's what the term they usually use for us. If he's sterile, is he less valuable than the man who isn't?
To humanity, yes. I mean, to the continuation of humanity, yes. I mean, if it's really easy to figure that equation out. If you made all men sterile, where is humanity headed? Would you rather that or all men fertile? Then where's humanity headed? So by the power of that, you can deduce any man that's sterile is not a viable contribution to the continuity of humanity.
So you say yes too, or are you saying humanity says yes? Aaron.
Yes, you asking me?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Are you saying yes as well? Or
to what?
You said humanity says yes, he is. What about you?
Me personally?
What you think? The man who's sterile.
Oh man.
Talk your shit, Aaron.
No, I mean it. No, now you're asking me to get into some shit that I don't really eat.
Well, just I mean, you could. No, you cannot not answer. But what you think? A man who can't have kids, bro. He's sterile, bro. What you think, Aaron?
His lineage is fucked. He better solve the question of finding 0-point energy so his name can get put in a book for as long as books are around. But the DNA sequence that's supposed to be in his nuts is hit a wall. It's fucked. There's nothing. That's it.
Yeah, snipe this shit.
Done. Right. So nothing to do.
So look at this, right? And again, biological imperative being so important that we're willing to acquiesce and act a donkey out here, right? To procreate is such a need that we're willing to placate and acquiesce and bend the knee and adapt to an environment that is promiscuous and generally speaking unbecoming. Now, with all that being on the table, I'm going to say, but if a man doesn't do that, right? When we keep comparing ourselves to lions and gazelles, he's still operating at 100% capacity. Those things aren't, that's not congruent.
Yeah, I didn't agree to that.
Well, I'm kind of, me and Miss Fantastic were kind of talking about that. But what did you think? As me and Mr. Fantastic and I were going back and forth about that.
No, so really,
Aaron, you see what I'm saying? I'm saying if we're saying this is so important, then how can he be at 100% over here?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So again, I go back to okay, we want to see what 100% is, then we can look at it this way. Would you rather have every man on the face of the planet do some Nobel Peace Prize winning shit with their life. You know what I mean? Like this guy's Tesla, this guy's Gandhi, this guy, you know what I mean? That's all, every man on the planet does that, but nobody procreates. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have everybody is pretty much Homer Simpson, but they all have children? What do you think the evolution of mankind is going to prefer?
It's moot. Are you saying
if
they don't have kids? Well, if you don't have kids, the society dies.
Right, exactly. So you have a society of all of these great achievers, but without anybody having kids, society dies. So that tells you where the threshold to being 100% effective is. It's where you procreate. Because if you'd rather have a bunch of Homer Simpsons procreating than have a bunch of sterile overachievers bringing society to its end, there's nothing for tomorrow. At least with Homer Simpsons, now you can try again to find your overachievers out of the new batch. But without procreation, there's no new batch. So your deficiency is in the inability to procreate and continue.
Free Zone with the $5 says the 3/4 compromise. LOL. To Roots with the $10 says shout out to all my 3/4 of a man out there. Hopefully you can get 25% deducted off your taxes. Aaliyah with the $5 says y'all should be taking care of something, whether that's other people's kids or elderly people, or contributing to society in some way. Y'all don't need kids. Okay. Joel with the $10 says we can't push marriage before kids and not having kids out of wedlock and then shame men who aren't married and or don't have or want children. My childless single life is great. Mo Liz with the $5 says the problem is the point with this point is most men don't have the heart of a lion. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So what is the messaging? What should be the message? Because all I'm saying is, oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ms. Fantastic.
No, man, I was asking.
Yeah, because
go ahead.
What I'm saying is we have such a focus and justification on the biological imperative why we need to move a particular way in the earth. We talk about just ad nauseum, what we willing to do for, a Klondike bar, pause. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm just considering the entire equation. So if we're saying, yeah, this is cool and this is a must, then if it doesn't result in kids and that man by proxy doesn't have any, what is the capacity of that man? And then we also say men strive for so much more once they have somebody dependent on them. Right? We even make the justification. Who cares if they buying houses? They buying houses for themselves. We buying houses for everybody else when the time comes. So literally you start to see men, whether they could do it before they had a wife and a family is inconsequential, because we often see men do it once they have those things. So we edify men. We push them to be great. Is this a truth that they got to accept? I'm just asking because I'm considering the entire conversation. No, now, obviously, go ahead. My bad.
I think that the man that does not have children, because we didn't even talk about the other part of the niggas that got kids and don't do shit with them, right? That's especially if we talking about us, right? There are a lot of men out here that procreate, but if you're just procreating and you're not giving any value in creating a asset to society, you're actually creating more of a burden. So I think we have to cover that part before we, you know what I'm saying? Because the man that's out here that's not creating kids he can't take care of and not creating kids that are going to grow to adults to be fucking cancers on society, he's definitely way more of a asset than a liability than the man that's out here just recklessly notorious nutting and everything, right? So I think it's I said stipulation, if you're procreating with responsibility, procreating responsibly, and then actually nurturing that seed.
Ms. Fantastic, you're right. Now I just wonder, like, we have to preface everything. Like, see, we like to compartmentalize casual sex, right? But we see overwhelmingly that's not going great. You know? So yeah, don't be a deadbeat. But also the things that we coach the young boys to do or recommend to them, right? What's the likelihood that they end up in a situation that puts them at a deficit? Because we're saying, Mr. Fantastic, they dealing with ain't shit women for the most part. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's crazy. Like, cause yo,
nah, but Ham, I think what the people need to understand though, right? And niggas think niggas claim you niggas just talking shit, bro. This is an extremely complex thing, right? But again, to have the conversation, everybody think this shit is easy, but just us trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying, in real time, consider all the variables and all the things that are there, bro. Again, this is a very deep conversation that needs to be had, because these are some things that are said, right? And I've heard that insult, nigga. A bitch don't even want you to have her kids. So what you talking about? You feel me? Mm-hmm. You get, you know what I'm saying? Desirability in that, yeah. Because again, like I said, the further you go back in antiquity, your bloodline was everything, right? Your bloodline was literally everything. That was the carrying on of fucking royalty, wealth, all these legacy, right? So yeah, man, I just think ultimately we have to compartmentalize, because still at the end of the day, most casual sex does not result in pregnancy, right? Can we say that most? I believe. Well, we know for sure now. Most children that are had from casual sex rather than marriage, right?
Well, we got 500,000 dead babies a year, right? Isn't that the number?
For everybody or just for us?
I thought for us. I thought it was 5. Am I bugging?
I don't think. That was the average. That was the average going over the time, the 28 million, whatever it is, and then dividing it by the thing. It's no longer that high. I'm pretty sure it's not that high now. Okay. But I give you, it's still substantially high. We still have the highest numbers, right? But even in that though, because there's still way more babies born than that are deleted.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. Yeah. Nah. It like you said, it's complex, man. But it's like, what do we use to drive men? Is it a harsh truth? Like, for instance, my brother Joe saying he made sure to put it in. Huh?
You watched the fight?
Yeah.
You saw what Roy Jones did to his fighter?
Oh yeah. Yo.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
So think about this, right? Think about this. See, my brother Joe made sure to make it make sense for him to dismiss the conversation, right? He said, "Oh, you want us to have kids out of wedlock, right?" Aaron, who the fuck said that?
Nobody.
But that's what people will do, right? They'll put it in a box so that they can justify whatever their circumstance is.
Yep.
Nobody said that. We saying, yo, if there's a biological imperative, then how does this work? And what level is that man out if he don't achieve such goals or such check marks? Can he say he's at 100%? So he said he didn't say it. My bad, Joe. What'd you say, Joe?
That's not what I said.
So I'm just asking. Go ahead.
So he said some of us don't have kids because we aren't trying to have them out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Roger that. I mean, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we come into and shout out to Joel, fucking Hamp's Timu Hamp, right? Both of them niggas is Gerald Levert impersonators on the weekend. Listen, man.
Look at this. Hold on, that's fucking crazy too, you asshole. Look. Imagine being less of a man because you don't want to have kids out of wedlock. That's what he said. No. Can you see it?
He just said it. Like, no, Joel, you saying you're not saying, but that's what you're saying.
That's what you
so, Joel, what we're saying is this though. At what point in time, if that's your plan, right? Or that's your desire, what sacrifice do you have to make as a man, right? What choice do you have? Now, if you don't want to have kids, fine, right? Cool, fine. But then your morals and your values are conflicting with your ultimate goal, and I don't want to say purpose, but desire. We'll say desire, not purpose, right? Well, from a human standpoint, it's your purpose, right? A part of your purpose, but we'll just say your desire. At what point in time is it too old? Again, one biggest thing for me is the amount of, especially now, bro, the amount of people that want to have kids at 40, like people having their first kid at 40 camp is like got to be astronomical. This shit is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy to me. Like, no, having your first kid at 40? Fuck no. Hell no.
See it? It's right there. You're calling us lesser men for trying to do shit the right way.
Nobody said that.
That's right. Going back to the right. There you go.
Yeah, like I don't even know what he's fighting. Nobody even said that. No, we're saying, hey, this is a part of a man's makeup, right? Isn't it fantastic? His biology says procreate.
Yes.
We also, and you see, I'm not just putting it in a vacuum. You see what I'm saying, Aaron? We're also saying men start to obtain more when they have a family, kids, wife, right? They start to strive more. They start to buy houses more, right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, men will be content with a full-time. We said this 1,000 times.
Yep.
So I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. I'm saying, well, shit, he starts to achieve more when he has responsibilities because men want to protect and provide. Is that still true?
Yes.
Yep.
Biologically?
Facts.
Yes.
Even Mr. Fantastic
it's the equivalent
said
of a woman's biological clock.
Yeah. And Mr. Fantastic said this. Yo, listen, this was a while ago, Mr. I don't know if you remember. He's like, hey, man, listen, you got a good woman, she working and all that, you still could probably need to pay 70% of the bills. He said that's a good balance.
Yeah, it's a good, fair balance.
So I'm not just I'm just thinking, lining it all up. There's things that push you to reach your max capacity. One of which is procreation. One of which is family. One of which is responsibilities. One of which is having people that you can protect and provide for. I'm bugging?
Nope.
They don't want to argue this one. I dropped the link.
Oh, you dropped the link down? I ain't hitting the link, man.
They don't want to argue this one.
Would you like to review the super chat?
Yes. You want to read it, Aaron?
Is my screen?
Oh, you can't see? Small. I got you. Yeah. Joel with the $5 says, calling a man 3/4 for a man of a man isn't saying they are lesser than.
Every man topic, at some point. Go ahead.
It's a show topic, Joel. Man, stop taking it to heart, brother. We didn't say we gonna shit on Joel today, brother. We not pulling no EBD with you, Joel, brother. It's just it was the title was meant to, you know what I mean, spark the conversation, brother. We actually defending it, and we're saying the opposite. I know I am, and I think HAMP has acknowledged that. We've all given examples of great men who have not had children. It's the title, man. The title, like, come on, Joel, you in here, brother. You can't get caught up on the. Yo, nigga, I'm a man, nigga.
Yo,
I'm a man.
Listen, yeah, yo, and then just to answer the super chat, right? Yes. But you are conflating. You start saying out of wedlock and all this madness. That's what we responded to.
Yeah. It's quite simple. Every man has not fully reached his full potential as a man before he has children. Once he does, then it can, as long as he fulfills other criteria as well, then it can be said that he's reached his full potential as a man. A man has up until the point where he dies to get the job done, right? There was a point in my life where I was 3/4 of a man because I hadn't really solidified that last piece. So until you do, it is what it is. Get it cracking. If you go out of here without that, then you will not have done everything a man can and should do to call himself a man. To include, make sure he is immortal through the continuation of his lineage.
Yo, I just try to figure. Damn, man. All right, I think I got the right link. What pushes a man to be great, man? That's all I'm asking. I mean, okay, let me ask y'all. Should I accept men wanting to be mediocre or stagnant?
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice.
Okay, so I'm being too hard on us.
No, you can be whatever you want, but accepting that they exist and that you may not necessarily be able to change them, I don't think is a choice that we have. What you do with that choice is up to you.
Okay. So what should be the message?
Do the best you can in life. Before you get up out of here, make sure you got a place to pass the baton. And impart on them the same damn requirements to do the best that they can in life and make sure they got a place to put the baton. Rinse, wash, rinse, repeat. Miles Manigault, is that the correct pronunciation?
Manigault.
Manigault. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Mr. Aaron. How are you doing today?
I'm also doing well. Thanks for asking.
All righty. Well, are you guys going to ask me a question about the topic that you've been discussing so far?
Consider it asked. Fire away.
The one thing I was going to chime in on is the fact that we all know throughout history, because most men have never had children, what HAMP is also presuming is that even in that case, that most men don't reach their full potential, even if their focus is not on just procreation, but on other endeavors like trying to help build up their own communities or trying to help other people that are in need. And that form of sacrifice not being as admirable as having their own family.
Okay. You gonna be honest?
Go ahead, Hamp. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying you.
Oh no, I'm not saying most men did that, Hamp. I'm not saying most men are capable of that. I'm just saying that's always going to be a small number.
What you
saying? Like it's a small number. Just like it's a small number that can procreate. But I'm saying them being 3/4, that I wouldn't say that because I don't believe most men are capable of handling that responsibility either, though. Even the ones that have it, as we're seeing now.
Okay, so you're saying they can't do it, but even if it's something that they can't do, they still reaching their full potential. Are you saying that? Oh, you're saying that their full potential is just lower than the other men?
Yes. Just like
it's comparative.
Yes.
So if a man, the men, you have the top of the men, pause, right? If you can't get to the top, are you lessening? Is he better than you?
And capability, if you're talking about capability, yes, he's lesser, but I also believe majority of men will never be in that top capability. There used to be that's like saying somebody that's doing a service job like the military, firefighter, SWAT team, something like that is still not a man reaching his potential, especially if he's able to help all types of people in the process as well and save lives.
You don't got no kids?
No, I'm 27.
So,
I ain't having no kids. Married.
So what if so now you know what? You got, let's say hypothetically, you about to get married, you've been with the same girl, she been helping you with your business, you have a kid and you become a firefighter. Uh-oh.
then there's more money. Yeah, I have to make more money in that case. Yeah. So then I have to also do more. That's the other thing. With kids, you also have to do so much more. And I understand that aspect. It's not like there's, especially because I want 4 kids. So I understand there's going to be, there has to be a potential that has to be met for that. And there has to be expectations that are set.
Yes, I agree with you. But I agree with you. Yeah. So you, let me ask you a question. If you didn't have those kids, how would you feel about yourself? Would you feel like you achieved your goals? Would you feel, and I'm saying feel less accomplished?
Me personally, no, because I'm also, I also have a community that's around me that I spend time with, and I pour into other people.
A nigga that said he want to have 4 kids and be like, no, I'll be fine. Let me ask you a question. Is that honest? No. You saying it, sorry, is it integral for you to say that?
About wanting 4 kids? That's only if I'm married. I'm not going to do that unless I'm married.
No. I'm saying that you saying a man that want to have 4 kids in this landscape, are you being honest with yourself and saying, I'll be fine? Now, if a nigga said he want to have 1 kid and didn't have it, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give you that benefit of the doubt. Negro said 4 kids. And you're saying you'll be fine? You'll give him the Tony the Tiger?
I understand. I see the aspect that you're going from, but I also understand. I also have time though too, because I am a man. And
No, I'm saying if it's all said and done. My bad. Like if it's all said and done, you like, shit.
Okay. When I feel away, yeah, but also my feelings don't really matter as much for me. That's why I do so many other things, regardless of how I feel. I can accept things for what they are. That's another thing I've also learned how to do as I've gotten older. Once you can accept things for what they are, and understand you can only control the things that you can control, that makes life a lot more easier to understand and navigate.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know. So what you fighting? Yeah. So what you fighting for? Huh? Miles.
Oh, what do you mean fighting for?
So what argument are you for or against?
Well, because I'm also seeing the landscape of not only what you're talking about, but also because people are naturally now choosing not to have kids at all. Because we all see what the birth rate is going down as we get more and more towards the 2030s. It's going down. Like we're at one point, I think 5, 6, 5, 7. So like, people are already making that decision, and people are getting, even if they are getting married, they're getting married later.
Black Gold, what up? Reaper with the $10 says, salute panel. Question for the military guys. If a man gives his health and sanity serving for his country, deletes other men, blows off a leg, but has no kids, is he less than 5 out of 5 of a man?
Till he has children. I mean,
yeah. Aaron, he thought he had a friend. Aaron with the $2 says, Hamp ain't playing with you niggas today. Brother 3 times. Please, bro. Brother 3 times thinking. Leave brother 3 times alone, man. I don't know. Hold on. I had Trigger Mike in the back. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe it's a nothing burger. Maybe it's nothing to argue. Maybe we just got to accept the fact, right? There's certain accomplishments you need in life to get to 100%. And that's one of them. If you don't hit it, you did good, but you're not at 100%. Ain't no shame in that. You practice perfectly so you can do great in the game. You don't do perfectly in the game because you got opposition.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can't hear you. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, so Miles, what do you think about the idea that procreation has to be a requirement to be a fully fulfilled man? Because if you were to take that away from all men, what would happen with society?
Oh, society will crumble and cease to exist. But Aaron, I do want to retort to that because that we are seeing that in other countries, for example, like in South Korea and Japan, how their birth rate is collapsing, and people are naturally just choosing not to do it. That's what we're kind of leaning towards now, even though people are telling them that they should. People are making their own because now we have freedom of choice, so people have now the choice to not have children.
Doesn't that speak to the necessity of procreation? The fact that literal populations are putting themselves and choosing to put themselves in jeopardy for the sake of doing something else great with their life?
I would agree with you, but this is why I also say most people don't choose to do anything great with their life. Most people are just regular people. Right. And because now how the world works and how society works and how the governments work in each country, I've talked to my grandfather. He's like 75, and back when he had my mom and my aunt in the 70s, the pricing of everything is so vastly different versus now, and how inflation has changed so much, and the wages didn't rise with the inflation, to where you could, even back then, you could be an EMT married to another EMT, buy a quality house with like 3 bedrooms on like an $80K salary between both of you. Now about that now, doing that, it's a death sentence. You have to wait till like 40.
So that makes it unnecessary to have children?
It doesn't make it. It just makes it to where people need to move community based and not individual based in the society that's now the most individualistic mindset in history.
This man, Aaron, mind you, he want to have 4 kids. So he don't even believe nothing he's saying. He ain't even worried about the shit. He got a woman that he building with, his own company. He yell at me all the time, HAMP, don't give the kids these snacks, give them that snacks, right? So he just, what it is, right, he making room for people who are afraid, man. He don't want to say it. He's a good guy, man. He want them to feel better. He just don't want to say it out loud.
Hey, I don't really care about feel. I had to tell my one friend he had to lose his weight or else I couldn't be friends with him anymore, because at some point he was about to die because he was gaining that much weight. But he lost. Fantastic. He lost 150 pounds though. I got his mentality right. I got his mentality right. I told him I can't be friends with him. I can't, bro. I can't. You make me
get skinny, or I'm gonna kill you with some hella fire motivation, nigga. Get skinny, I'm gonna leave you the fuck alone, nigga. It's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Trigger Mike, did you
ass nigga?
Delete. You know you ain't my. You gotta. He wasn't Facebook friends. That nigga got the message. Trigger Mike, did you hear the premise, man? What you think, man?
Perfect.
Yeah, man, what's going on with y'all today, man?
Let me read. Hold on, real quick. Aaliyah, what's popping? Real quick. Aaliyah with the $5 says, so you all are saying in the end, men's greatness is predicated on what a woman chooses to do with her body? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's woman.
Saying, yeah,
that's
so
woman.
The woman allowing the man to get her pregnant, I guess. No, that's a part. It's a part of it, but nah.
Well, that's not my premise either. Even about them controlling like sex and things of that nature. Nah, people make a decision to have sex. It's consensual on both parts, right? You guys are making the assertion that all we are is irresponsible. So when we're having this conversation, y'all think about the confines of irresponsibility, right? We can't even, when we think about this, tell me I'm lying. Don't most of us think about just having a kid out of wedlock with a chick we don't know from some one night stand? That's how we see each other, right?
Not me. I'm the only motherfucker that say that ain't the case.
100%. But Ms. Matt, you see what I'm saying? We go to the worst.
Everybody automatically assumes all the kids being had is by fucking baby mamas in the projects that already got 5 baby daddies and this nigga's number 6 and so on and so forth. Yeah, like no.
Jesse Lee, amazing with the $5 says, so in Wakanda, JP is a better man than Nikola Tesla? No. And this again, man, y'all gotta make sure y'all understand the premise, right? How do you get to your max potential? Right? Remember, we said the man is what? At 75%. Slightly arbitrary, right? But I just cut it up into 4s. So that means he has these things checked off. But if the biological imperative is so strong, then this part is missing. Right? So if I only have kids and I don't have achievements, guess what I'm not going to be at? 100%. You see?
You a 25% nigga.
25% nigga. Yeah, this is one aspect. Trigger Mike, what up, baby?
What's going on, man? What's going on? I mean, this is such a dope topic because
Airman Patel, I'll be right back. Well, Mike probably be talking for the next 10 minutes. That's
what's up. I probably will.
It might be 15.
But this topic was made for me though. I ain't gonna lie, because I said on this very show, I was like, most men don't even understand what their purpose is unless they have children, and a lot of dudes get upset by that. But I want y'all to trust us as us saying, how do you even know? We telling you because we were those people, right? If you'd have told me as a 27, 28-year-old, right, just freshly moved, got the big job, all that type of stuff, telling me that I wouldn't reach my potential until I had children, I'd have told you were crazy. I'd have been like, man, what you talking about? Now I'm a father. Now I get it. And I can assert and validate everything that they're saying. You have no idea how much you're willing to push through, right? And I'll say this. I've always said it on my platform. The heterosexual male husband father figure is the quintessential adult of the human race. That's who everybody's trying to beat. Pause. That's who everybody's trying to get out of the way so they can have their own way. That is the natural leader of every society. Any society is going to put him at the foremost position, at the top position first. Everybody else got to take him out if they want to get the top position. All right. If you really want to look at how single men, single women, all of them who are complaining to you at Thanksgiving about how they can't get a job and they put a dude in this role, go look at that dude's stat sheet. He's likely married. He's likely a dad. He got way more on his plate than they do. He looks polished and refined because of those attributes. And they don't understand why they can't beat him, but that's because he has this, like, he just got something, an aura about him that is just more presidential than everybody else. And it's because he has all those things going for him. Everybody always puts that dude in front of everybody else when it comes to giving the best job, the big job, the CEO job, so on and so forth. And I'm telling you right now, as a husband, as a dad, those are your shining credentials. I say it in meetings on purpose. When they ask me how my weekend was, I mention my kids. I mention the stuff we did after church. People love that shit. Like, you won't even understand it. Like, they're basically glowing. If I said I went to a bar or some shit, they'd be, I went to Chapman and Kirby was looking at us. Then ain't nobody gonna really vibe with that. But they love that kid shit, right? And I know they do. That's why I say it so much. So I'll land there for now.
Dad, what's up with your brother? It's on you.
What's going on, everybody? I totally agree with everything that Trigger Mike said. I would like to believe that I would be, I don't know if you can hear me or not, I would like to believe that I would achieve the same amount of success without kids and being married, but I know my life wouldn't be whole without having kids. I always knew I wanted to be a dad. I always knew I came from a two-parent household. So, I'm not, going to go on a limb and call somebody 3/4 of a man for not, achieving those things at a certain age. But for me personally, yeah, man, it makes me whole. It makes me go harder. It's expensive as hell though. So it made me stop. I don't want 4 kids. So I'm stopping. I hope to stop at 2. But real talk, yeah, that has always been a goal of mine, and that's been a part of my success.
You say it makes you whole.
Yeah.
But you can't say that another man wouldn't be whole without children.
Me, I'm not trying to judge anybody else. Just me. I always knew.
You can extrapolate whatever it is that makes you whole about having children and apply it to other men.
Well, just not to be judgmental, Aaron. I mean, me, have a baby boomer father and stuff like that. We have a kind of fractured relationship with he has a fractured relationship with his children. So I just wanted to be better, and I felt I could be a better father. And so for me, myself, I always wanted to be a dad. So I'm not judging anybody else for not setting that goal for themselves, And so,
Can you assess them as being incomplete though, or not reaching their full potential as a man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
there you go.
If they're like me, yes. If they're not, I mean, I'm just giving people.
They're a man that is just a general man, just a healthy man. XY chromosome, wedding vegetables between the legs, straight mind, 20/20, just a cat.
Yeah, I believe we're here to procreate, we're to raise kids, give back, and to have families. Yes. So yes.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Too. This isn't even a discussion really. Like we should be having like it's our opinion. The proof is in the statistics already. The average man lives in an apartment. Go ask him what his furniture look like. He ain't got none for real. He got his PS5. He got a TV. And I'm not throwing shade. I'm saying this was me too. A single man house don't look like Marcus from Boomerang. That was a movie.
It's Trigger Mike. Excuse me for interrupting. Is this real? I keep hearing everybody say this, but is this real? Men like.
But think about it. Think about it.
Bedroom life was real, Aaron.
Yeah, but check this out though, Aaron. Like you'll come to my house, right? And people say beautiful house, but they don't know I will not live here. I would not buy this big ass house if I did not have a wife and kids to put in it. I would 1 bedroom, loft at best.
No, understood. I'm not talking about the size. I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about the accommodations within. Like
yes,
but
that's a part of our nature, though, bro. That what I'm saying is that is a part of our nature and our purpose. If I don't have other people to do for, I can live on very little. That's what I'm saying. It's like people are actually annoyed at how little it takes to make us happy, right? So it's just like that futon thing, the PS5. The dude got noodles and milk. He got a mini fridge next to the shit, so he don't really got to move. That's Mike, just a man's nature, bro.
No, Mike, slow down. I'm trying to figure out where the line of hyperbole is. Is it really like men are really just a futon, a milk crate, a packet of noodles, and a PlayStation?
All right, check this out, Aaron. Check this out.
Can I get this real quick, Trigger Mike?
Yeah, but let me make this point too.
Okay, go ahead.
So you know that stat that keep coming out that single women own more homes than single men? It's strictly because of that. Unless a man has a family to put in the house, why the hell is he buying a house? So just look at the statistics. It'll tell you that men can do with very little, even if they got more.
And the other aspect, Aaron, is it also takes very little for us to be satisfied with the food we make. I have survived for like 6 months just eating rotisserie chicken and a French baguette that was like $8 total, doing that for 6 months. That lets you know we can minimize so many other things than just our living arrangements.
Yeah, Aaron. I think I think that's the thing, like you said, and that's why I say, everybody's get caught up on the thing, bro. But it's another level, right? When you only gotta depend on yourself, bro. You can live in the hood. You can eat ramen noodles.
Yeah. I know that.
You know what I'm saying? You're cool with the bare minimum.
I understand. I'm cool with that. I'm just trying to figure out, like I said, where the line of hyperbole is drawn, because the way it's described, it's like men are absolutely fine with living with in abject misery, and you know what I mean. Well, I'm like, it can't be that
not
simple.
misery to us.
What I'm saying, it's not misery. But that's what I'm saying, Aaron. It's we don't see it as misery. We see it as like, hey, it's not misery. It's the lack of luxury, right, or the lack of like whatever. But bro,
basic necessities.
Y'all are missing it. Okay, so let me paint the picture. A television, a PlayStation, a milk crate, and a futon. You telling me that's it?
Yeah.
Nice
bed, a TV. Bed, TV, video game, bro. Some form of entertainment.
Oh, y'all are
again,
crazy.
one piece of furniture.
I got a pull-up bar and a wall. Yeah.
Hey, fuck that. Hey, Miles. Hey, a weight bench, Aaron.
Oh, see, now we're adding shit. Here we go. That wasn't on the list. See, now we're adding shit. See, there's a limit.
But Aaron, we're not adding things. We're swapping it out. So what we're saying, the futon can be a futon. It can be a weight bench. It can be anything other than actual physical furniture, right?
TV can be on the weight bench.
Well, Aaron, check this out too.
I'm a bachelor, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all this extra shit. Now I get to fucking put it into things I actually want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
So look at that though, Aaron. I'm saying look at the house part. When you look at just how I don't know, what's the word for it? Men just do with very little now, but they can do more in the areas they want to. Now look at that nigga car. You get what I mean? So that's the stuff we care. So when we don't listen, I'm very upset. Hold on. I'm very upset. Not in the fact, I'm not even say upset. I had to change, right? I got to drive a SUV that got 7 seats now, right? But you see these dudes with these Chargers and these Hellcats and all. That's the stuff they care about when they single. So that's what they pour money into.
Yeah, Aaron, that's a huge thing, bro. You know how many of these boys out here living in these fucking Hellcats? Aaron,
dumbasses.
It's dumbasses, but you can do it because all your money is disposable. You don't got to be responsible. You trying to get hoes, you trying to fuck bitches, you trying to get attention, so on and so forth. So you sacrifice all the other shit. Hey, I don't really need this. What the fuck I need a fucking kitchen set for? What I need a dining room table for?
I saw a clip. Not a clip. I saw a post that said the average man lives without a bed frame for at least 6 months after he moved in somewhere or something. Y'all see that? Yep. Just a mattress. He don't even give a damn.
Been there. Don't give a fuck.
I did not do that.
Been there. Don't give a fuck. What it matter? What the fuck I need all this extra shit for? Or just a simple shit on Trigger Mike. I don't need no big ass wooden mahogany motherfucking bed frame with the headboard and and the columns
with a payment.
Yeah, I don't need all that shit.
Nah, I'm not eating on the ground. I'm nobody's dog.
Listen, Aaron, I'm not eating on the ground, Aaron. That's what you got countertops for. Everything got a little counter on it, Aaron. You stand right next. Hey, you eat them motherfucking noodles right out the pot, bro, off the stove, baby. We ain't telling you sit down Japanese style. But Aaron, I'll tell you this, Aaron. I done told, like, you know what I'm saying, when I was, all I got is a bed and a TV, baby. What's up? Aaron, she's still going.
And they smashing on that bed and TV.
Exactly. She know what it is. Hey, she know what it is. And I'm out, listen. You ain't finna be nothing fancy. You ain't finna have no pictures on the wall. This ain't no motherfucking museum. Listen, baby. It works, Aaron. It works, bro.
Aaron, when I got my first apartment, bro, my shit was so bare. My mama had furniture delivered. I was like, "Who is this for?" It was nigga. She went and bought the shit. Like, you can't be living like that. That's how bare my shit was. Nothing was wrong with it, in my opinion. Right? She went to my dad like, "We gotta buy this boy furniture." I don't know what he think this is.
What y'all doing, man?
We educating Aaron about the frugality of young men and the lack of needing a lot of extras in a home, right? In a what we say a dwelling. We was telling him how, you know, some people use futons, some of us use weight benches, most of us had like a bed to sleep in, a TV, some form of entertainment, no furniture. And that's how we like it, man. And we were juxtaposing it with, you know what I'm saying, how that changes once you get kids in a family. You know what I'm saying? If you saying something, Aaron, Hamp, you muted. I think he might be on the phone. I can't see his ear. Oh, he on the phone. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's all we was doing. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That the whole thing when you're young, right? Hey, you got a little bit of money, you got a whole lot less money than what it is, so you stretch that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that I need, I'm gonna pay for. It's the shit I absolutely need and all the shit I want. Anything that's like I don't want that shit, I don't really like, man, get out of here. That's actually like the introduction to manhood, bro, is your first right and your first chance to do shit your way. So all that shit you learned you wasn't allowed to do and you had to do in that order and that structure, I think we all have a little bit of rebelliousness or whatever as to where, hey, I'm going to do all the shit I want and everything else fits around my wants. You know what I'm saying? Because my needs is limited. I'm breathing. I got a place to sleep or whatever. I can take care of that other shit. But mostly what I want in these hoes is the motivation for how motherfuckers living in their earlier years.
Yep. I look at it too, man.
Hold on. Y'all conflating though.
But what?
Loser shit with frugality.
This is financial responsible.
Nah.
We're doing what's financially responsible.
This shit is need based. Niggas ain't bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Need based. Now it's not like, hey, I'm putting this aside to do this with that. Nah. Niggas is broke. That's why you eat
ramen off the counter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nigga, you eating ramen because you got no choice, nigga. Nigga. When you get your money up, my nigga, you not eating ramen like that. Don't do this. It's not worth it.
Stop it. But who? Hold
on. Nah. I was on mute.
Got money under 25.
Hold on. I was on mute. You heard? We talking about. You know what we talking about. Niggas
we talking about 30 and up. Yeah, man, you fucking your life up.
Hey, niggas just grow up and live in the same room they grew up in mentality. It just ain't at his mom's house. Having a futon and a TV on a crate is not a flex. That shit is corny.
It's not
I had furniture, by the way.
Yo,
it's not meant to be a flex.
It just what is it? It got to be something though. You got to.
It's what you say. It's the need. Is what I have as a need. Now again, what are we talking here? Because now you're changing the framing. I believe
I wasn't listening for a while. I had just got back, so I might.
Yeah. So we're talking about younger. We're talking about younger, super duper younger years.
Oh, what age y'all talking about?
30. Huh?
What age y'all talking about?
Old enough for this shit to matter. We're not talking about you 19.
Well, no, I'll say up until like your mid 20s.
Yeah, 25 and up. Yeah.
26.
No, 25 and up. I think shit start changing then, bro. You got your shit in order by 25.
30.
And up. I ain't talking about no 30 plus year old nigga.
Well, what the fuck we talking about? Before that is college dorms.
That's why you talking about it, Aaron. Yeah, we agree with you there.
Before that is college dorms and military barracks and shit. We not like niggas aren't paying mortgages and shit. Like what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You over 30, nah, man. You can't be.
No, it's 25 and up.
Okay. Man,
niggas in the 22, they're in their fucking mom. Come on.
So, Aaron, I'm right then. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I've been saying.
Hold up,
niggas are trying to tell me that they watch TV on milk crates and eating ramen noodles off the fucking counter in the kitchen.
I watch TV on the bed, nigga.
But these niggas are saving money to drive Hellcats though.
Yeah, Hellcats. Yeah, that's what's going on, Aaron. I'm telling you, niggas living out their car. Their whole life is that car, bro. Because that's what attract the hoes. Niggas got enough for rent. He got enough for the car note and the insurance. Right. And everything else is bare minimum.
Yo, niggas is fucking y'all, listen, Thad, listen close. You heard? Did Thad even say good morning first and foremost?
Yeah, he did.
I did.
I apologize. You know I'm sensitive. So here's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta stop this shit, bro. These pillow punches y'all throwing at the men are ridiculous. Come on, man.
How?
We need a finger wagging, bro. We already at the point where I had to accept that we're going to placate and acquiesce for vagina. And then Dad didn't want to tell the men, nah, beloved, if you don't have kids, you at 80%.
He said it.
I mean,
I know, but it was like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? Teeth with an F.
I think you got, but Hamp, you came too hard, nigga. You can't. Your first punch was a fucking power uppercut, nigga, with the title. So niggas gotta process that. Listen. Hey, for the record, man, Joel, brother, I don't want no smoke, Joel. I didn't come up with the title. Please don't motherfucking hit me in the back of my fucking head if we walk. I don't see you, brother. I didn't come up with this title. This Hamp, bro. Niggas, bro, you. Niggas is 3/5 man, 3. Oh, we slaves, nigga. We slaves. Niggas is popping off so first and foremost, we got to get past that. So the assessment is pretty much we're just saying, and to be honest, it was genius the way you set it up, right? Because you didn't say fucking 49% of a man. You said 3/4, right? So as important as we're saying, that 25% is extremely concentrated and dense, right? So we're still saying, hey, you can be 3/4 of a man, not 100%, because that you make most men, the vast majority of most men are going to lack that motivation and lack to do those extra things because they just dependent upon themselves. And most dudes are satisfied with comfortable, right? So when we get into this and start looking at what the 25% consists of, and then the elevation that comes with it, I think that's the part that's being hard to digest or just make everything come together.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, are we out? So are the people that's arguing with it? Are they saying that? Yeah, I'm operating at 100% capacity.
Yeah, basically, especially if it's offensive to a man that hasn't had kids or don't want kids or can't have kids, and you're challenging his manhood, you know that anytime you challenge a man's manhood, that's gonna be a issue and problem.
But Mr. Fantastic,
so a dude,
why they mad at me? We've been
nigga,
telling,
you made the title, nigga.
Well,
it's your topic.
I'm saying we've been telling men, if you don't get no pussy, you a corny ass, lame ass nigga.
Yeah, but pussy don't always equate to kids.
Well, if you gotta get pussy to get kids.
Every time he got some pussy, nigga, this should be out of hand.
No kid, no pussy, no kids. Right? That's absolute.
Yeah, so that's definitely
This is bigger than Nino Brown. This is bigger than Nino Brown. Right? We always let a nigga know he ain't shit if he don't have access to the biological imperative. I just put a number on it and say, yo, you about 75% off. But if you hitting the other metrics, you straight. That's all I'm doing. I'm just putting a number on it.
I think 25% too big, pause. I think that's what it is, man. You should have did like 90-10 or something. Niggas like that, they need that quarter, nigga. Quarter's too heavy.
Yeah, man. I think real quick, I think you got to put the info to them in a way that they can measure it as well. Because if we're asking people to subjectively measure themselves against their competition, they're going to say that we're the same. But you got to look like everybody talking money all the time. They're talking drive all the time. That's why I went straight to the stats. Like, it should tell you that you're not operating at 100% if you're not doing what this person is doing financially. If you don't got the assets this person got, right? If you don't do the same activities with your 24 hours as the man with kids does with his 24 hours, you're not operating the same. Married men, I'm just looking at it right now, combined. Married men with children, like most married men have children. I didn't extrapolate out for that control, right? But married men combined make more than all single men, all single women, and all married women. That should tell you you're not operating the same as these men.
Yeah, again, that stat is true, but again, that stat is based off of that's the norm. So even though now, especially being that Elon Musk is the richest motherfucker on the planet, right? I know y'all don't combine to make more money than him. Motherfucker got more money than all of y'all. He not married. Don't plan on getting married. He was married. You know what I'm saying? So that those stats are changing, and I made this point a while back because I started to see the shift and the attitude that women were having about marriage, right? So I think that's going to change here over the coming time because of, especially in men understanding the possible downsides and negatives of marriage. More dudes are just starting to say, man, fuck it, hey, we can be together. Look at Dak Prescott, right? Dak Prescott had already had kids with his girlfriend or whatnot, his fiance, wanted to marry her. Whatever reason she didn't want to agree to the prenup. And he said, well, fuck it then. Shit, you already got the kids. I'm trying to make you an honest woman.
Yeah.
So, you see what I'm saying? So that's what's shifting to. Because child support is going to be way cheaper than motherfucking, half my shit in alimony.
I feel you. I just think that, and yeah, I don't even mean to like beat the statistics down. What I'm saying is like, we were already talking about the narratives that are associated with the lack of production of these men. I do not think that the large majority of average men, if we're going to use that term, are going to reach their potential without having kids. They're not going to seek out anything additional than good enough. They're not going to do it. So that apartment, I mean, if I go look at leases on apartments for these dudes, they probably staying in the same apartment 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They're not doing anything because of school district. They want to be close to all their hot spots, the bars and all of that. So what I'm saying is like the acquisition of assets and looking for better for a man is associated with doing for other people. If he don't have anybody to do for, he's not doing better for himself either, most likely. So that's what I'm saying. Elon Musk and all these people are really severe outliers. Dak Prescott is a severe outlier. We talking about regular average ass dudes. And most of them, unfortunately, will not seek to do anything great unless they got something to do it for. I think that speaks more to our biological imperative, the narrative we're using on that.
Yeah. And to that point, regular average ass dudes shouldn't fear marriage because of losing. They don't have anything to lose financially. They don't have it. So I don't understand this narrative that they're going to lose so much that they don't have. You'll end up, if you want custody, you'll probably get it and then you'll have to pay child support. Like I did. I have joint custody of my daughter and I pay child support. I got divorced 12 years ago. I mean, 14 years ago almost. So, what is this narrative about you going to lose so much?
Well,
you're not Dak Prescott, you're not Elon Musk.
Yeah, but when you got married, what did you have?
Not much. I was 26 years old. I didn't have much. I was in the military. I didn't have much. Now, if I get divorced, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it all
But
depends.
I'm 41 though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I got the same thing. So I think they say most marriages last somewhere between 8 and 10 years, right? Most divorce marriage, right? 8 and 10 years. So within that 8 and 10 year period for a man, most of those men are going to lose something, bro.
But keep it on the average though, fantastic. What is the average man who making $50,000? What is he going to lose? Child support money?
Well, no, not just child support money. Like I said, if you're married for 8 to 10 years with a woman, more likely than not, y'all gonna have some property. Because still, remember, most houses are still bought. Most houses are still bought by married couples.
Most black people don't own houses.
Yeah, most black people don't own houses, but most of the black people that own houses are married.
Okay, she gets half of the house. You should, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that's still a loss. And then too, if you've been married that long, she gets half of the house or proceeds for the house, and depending. I mean, alimony is wasn't it? Everybody always talk about alimony. It's not just alimony though, bro. Everything, the way things get split aren't counted as alimony. So let's say she get to stay in the house. Now you got to go buy a new house. That's an expense, bro. Let's say because she got the kids, right? And you guys own the house together. So she got quote unquote half of the house, but you got to move out the house. Now you got to go find a whole new residence, right? You got to motherfucking put down a deposit. You got to do this, and then you still got to pay her child support, and then maintain the house that you got now. So again, we got to stop doing this thing as where, just because you're a regular nigga, you ain't got nothing to lose. No, that's cap, bro. It's other things that men lose other than just straight out alimony and quote unquote child support.
If we looking at a man with kids, and the crazy thing is, 80, I don't know. There's a large number of people we say people don't have kids, but remember, time is moving forward. By the time most black people, I've seen this stat, most black people at the age of 40, like 80% of them have at least one child.
Yeah.
So I keep telling everybody when they talking about why are people so far behind, it costs a man damn near everything he got to live apart from his children. Just take your rent. I don't even want to make it complicated. Take your rent that you pay to live by yourself and apart from your kids. And that's the reason why you can't build wealth. You could take that. Like, I'm just going to be modest. Let's say $2,000. Some of y'all are above that. Some of y'all below.
That's the average. 2,000, like the average.
2,000, yeah.
National.
$2,000. Anybody, I don't want to tell you. Go put that, because we know you got it because you pay your rent. Go put that in the S&P 500 for 18 years of your kid's life. And tell me the number you get out on average at an 8% per year average. That's why you can't build wealth. So when we saying people that don't have, the number one thing that I highlight is that any father that lives apart from his children cannot build wealth. That is the biggest detriment to black wealth right there.
Well,
You can't invest that.
They better stay out them Hellcat Chargers then, shit.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. That was for single men. We talking about men with kids with a woman, but they're not together. That's really like stopping men from reaching their potential. In my opinion, that's a big thing right there. Living apart from your children, you're gonna struggle. Everything is in a deficit, right? I got family and extended family where they're trying to they're saying stuff to me and my wife, and it's sad. It makes me sad, right? That I gotta come out of my pocket to do for some of their children. But I'm like, damn, if I didn't have, or let's say my wife didn't have me, she'd always be working in a deficit, right? Soccer season just started. I had to buy everybody soccer gear. And I'm like, damn, why ain't nobody got money for simple shit like cleats and this? Because she ain't got paid yet. She got to get her next paycheck and she gonna pay me back, right? So you're always working in the arrears when you don't, when you're not with the father or the mother of your children, right? Everything is bad. You put it on a credit card, you got to pay that credit card off, right? You didn't pay your rent on the 1st, so you got to pay it on the 15th, the part that you owe on the 15th. So I'm just looking at it like that. You cannot develop. You're always working backwards or hustling backwards, in that sense. So,
what y'all think, man?
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, go ahead, Mr. Vanessa.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Again, hey, if motherfuckers people still get married, right? Clearly, people still get married, bro. If you want to get married, by all means, man, get married. I just looking like more people are taking the route of having, I guess, non-traditional families, whatnot, what have you, right? And especially if we're saying, hey, listen, you're not a full man until you have kids. And, we're saying at the same time, you have the people that are divorce lawyers and people that are marriage counselors and what's the name and all these different things talking about the pitfalls of marriage for men. So you're kind of putting them in a catch-22 as to where, well, hey, you're not supposed to have kids outside of marriage, right? But if the women aren't fucking marriageable, right, or the women don't want to get married, or marriage is such a fucking deficit and a negative thing, a negative possibility and outcome for men, right? You got a 50% chance of it making it or not making it. Shit, just get in a relationship, without the paperwork, do what you do, and if it lasts, it lasts. If it don't, it don't. Have some kids with a fucking responsible woman and see how it goes. That's what most men are shifting to. More kids now are had outside of fucking marriages than in. So
can we talk about this, man? Most niggas ain't marriageable, man. Come on, man.
Brother.
What's the metric though? What do we say? So what's the metric we're using to say that at least 51% of men aren't marriageable?
Niggas don't got no money. 10% of niggas is unemployed.
Okay.
Estrogen is at an all-time high.
That's something that can't be changed.
Well,
so now you're gonna kill off the whole race because of.
I'm not even done. I'm not even done. What you? I mean, what? You know what? Let me answer how I hate when people answer. You tell me how they are.
Well, we talking about black men or men in general?
Come on, man. It's me.
All right, so we talking about black men again, bro. Black men are the most in shape men by far. Asian men don't even count. Black men, the majority of black men are middle class, right? The majority of black men don't already have children, so they're eligible.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
So that they're eligible because the majority of black men don't already have children. Black men are more marriageable than black women are, clearly. Black men have higher marriage numbers than black women, despite there being 2 million more black women. So all the stats say, and all the data says that black men are definitely marriageable, the majority of us, because you have a higher marriage numbers, despite having lower numbers in volume. You make more money than men that are married more, right? Men that make less money are married more than black men are. So being the fact that men that make less money have higher marriage rates, and we're using money as a variable, clearly it should be enough for black women.
Let me ask you a question. Do most men have to acquiesce to women to get access to them?
Yeah, most do, yeah.
And placate. And are most willing to do so?
Are most willing? Most men willing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't marriageable. He ain't ready. If you gotta placate and acquiesce to women just to get access, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. Can you tell me how that marriage is gonna end up? How that relationship is gonna end up? If you give her that much leverage, now you obviously are operating at a deficit. Now the family is discombobulated.
Yeah.
Nah. If you have to do that, you can't then tell me that man is ready to get married and lead something, because he's already willing to do whatever she asking. How is he gonna flip that? Go ahead.
That's every man that gets married, though. The whole getting down on one knee, thing is submission, right? The whole marriage process starts with the man submitting to that woman.
Performative, fantastic.
Come on, it's not performative. It's a performative and it's submissive.
Wait, hold on.
I'm gonna tell y'all this as a remember who you're talking to. This is a formerly married nigga.
Hold on. Before you windmill, beloved.
Ain't no windmilling. These straight rights and lefts.
Before you windmill, the men control access to relationships. You saying that's a no?
No, I'm saying yes.
So
motherfuckers control access to marriage for sure. Relationships, I don't know.
Yo,
there's a lot of niggas out here selling dreams, man.
No, 100% B, but yo, you see what I'm saying though? I'm just saying that if that's the thing, then we understand that that's a performance thing that we learn in our society, you know? I'm just saying if that talking point, if you still believe that, then we know that getting down on one knee is a formality.
Yeah, but I'm marriage within itself though. That's what I'm saying. So a man should be operating, you know, from a man's standpoint is, hey, I'm the prize. The woman is privileged for me to choose her, and I can have as many women as I'm able to afford, right? But we know because of laws, legally and societally, now that man is regulated to one woman, and he's literally sacrificing and submitting to the structure or the thing of keeping himself to this one woman for the rest of his life, which we know now most motherfuckers aren't successful at, right?
Out with it, Mr. Fantastic. Just go ahead and say it. All married men are simps.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
You're saying most men. Well, it's 50%, right? The divorce rate. I know it fluctuates a few percentage points here and there.
Yeah, somewhere around 50%.
I guess most people are or are not, right? Because it's 50%. You know, but we kind of focus on the divorce rate's 50%. So. You know, it kind of hovers.
It's
right
a coin
flip.
There. So again, if I told you, hey man, you got a 50% chance of dying, you step out your house today, you going outside?
No.
All right then.
Then. But let me ask you a question.
Because this is what I'm saying.
Hold on. People
in order to maintain a relationship, a lot of the time, I'm gonna answer it. So in order for a lot of these men to keep these women, it's a fucking ultimatum. Hey, we've been doing this shit for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and she's a good woman, right? Nigga, if you don't marry me, I'm out. So a lot of these fucking marriages, bro, are fucking invisible shotgun fucking marriages, my nigga. You know this shit. Niggas done been able to play the game and been able to do whatever they do without the title for so long until she said, hey, nigga, listen, either we walk down this aisle or I'm walking out that door. You know what, baby? You right. You've been good to me all these years. So, hey, let me go ahead and get this ring and get down on my knee and yeah. We was already married anyway. Nah, nigga, I need that paperwork. That's most fucking marriages, Hamp. That's what it is. Especially when you keep talking about how most of these niggas are operating at the deficit, right? Most of these niggas don't got a lot of money, and we know pussy is the easiest thing to motherfucking sell out here in these streets. A bitch, the worst bitch, what you call her, a barilla? You call her a barilla. We call them booger wolves. A booger wolf can motherfucking walk out into the street and fall on some dick, new dick, Hamp.
Yo, listen.
Monkey dogs and mud ducks have babies.
Listen,
That's for sure.
Listen, bro. You asked me if I got a 50% chance of getting smoked when I go outside. Am I going outside? I answered the question. Did you go on a diatribe? Come on, man.
Yeah. So explain it.
You gave the wrong answer.
Yo, Mr. I know I should have said no, right? Yo,
right.
Look at this, Mr. Fantastic. You know what you just articulated? Men ain't marriage minded. He being forced into the shit now. I'm saying this, Mr. Fantastic. I'm arguing men can't be, the majority are not ready for marriage because of how we operate pursuing women in the first place with that mindset. I argue that the reason why marriages failed because they're out of order in the first place. Marriage is being attacked when the people should be being attacked, right? The people in marriage are giving it a bad name, not marriage as a construct. So now you got a man who placated and acquiesced to get access to vagina. The woman, they grew on each other. Now they get married. 'Cause that's how most relationships actually manifest. Motherfuckers ain't running around here talking about I'm intentional. Nah. You trying to get some pussy and then you end up liking her. But if that's how you start your relationship, that's how you gonna end it too. So that's my argument. And we agree that most men have to placate. And that's how nothing should ever be. The Most High, men, women. So that's what I'm making an argument on. See, I'm keeping all the logics right there. You see, I'm not running from any of the points. So if we make these points, they got to be consistent throughout.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but then that gets into a whole nother thing. Again, I don't the construct in what you're saying, that's let me be careful, right?
Okay.
So the construct that you understand it to be and what it's supposed to be and it was meant to be is no longer that. Like I told you, I made this argument 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. Marriage means everything, anything, and nothing at the same time now, Hamp.
Okay.
You can marry a fucking man. A man can marry a man. A woman can marry a woman. Motherfuckers can marry fucking dogs and trees now. Mm-hmm. Okay? So now that the identity of marriage has been redefined, I think the institution within itself is what makes it so much more difficult, right? Not to mention, right, I still stand on that married people, including all of the ones that go against the original construct and definition, men, women, so on and so forth, right, are who's destroying it because now you don't know what it means. Mm-hmm. Now, you and your principle is based historically to be factual, right?
Yeah.
And so on and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. But now, societally, even if you say the word God, well, what do you mean? So people want to take the main entity and framework and base and foundation out of an institution
and perversion
that it was based off of.
Yeah, it's full of perversion, right? Doesn't mean that when we're conversing about the thing we talking about, the men that's in here that we willing to edify, that we have to acquiesce to the thing that they doing wrong, right? So we talking about the construct and how we can still see, because that's a good thing about the land of the free. We understand the origin of the construct, and therefore that's what we subscribe to, right? So any woman that comes out of my household, you should expect that she subscribes to the ideology as it was presented to her from her father. You know? So I'm just saying, like, the natural use of things is what we need to be talking about. So now we letting perversion rule the day. Again, if men are willing to do that, I cannot say emphatically most of us are ready. Like I kind of thought this through, you know what I'm saying? So, kind of thinking about it. Mom, what's good, baby?
What up? What up? What's going on? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
I just joined. I heard y'all talking about marriage. What was y'all talking about right before that too? That made me want to like join. Y'all was talking about something right before that.
I asked Mr. Fantastic, or did he ask me? I was saying that I don't think most men are ready for marriage. We had a conversation, him, Aaron, and I, about earlier. Like, women flipped the coin and they was marriageable. How would men react? They said men would adapt. You know, and I'm just saying that most of us ain't ready for marriage because most of us acquiesce to get access to women in the first place.
Yeah,
which puts you out of order.
I think they would adapt, but they would adapt how they've been adapting, which is, like you just said, you know, it's out of order. I think when
we were failing like we've been. Oh, and let me give you this last point. This was like the first point. We're saying that, let's say men have 4 compartments, right? One of those compartments to be at 100% is procreation. So if a man don't procreate, he operating at 75, 80%.
Okay.
So that's basically what we've been talking about.
I agree with that. Absolutely. I think if somebody are you saying if he just didn't procreate or if he can't, like, you know, he don't get women?
Well, yes. The result is no prodigy. Progeny.
Yeah, I can't. You can be successful in many other parts of life, but if you can't get women, you always gonna be missing something. You can't never tell me that like you all have achieved everything, because the most basic thing that we at minimum, the only thing that we know we're supposed to be doing is procreating. You know.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I lined it up at. Like, yo, we put so much emphasis on that. So now with the biological imperative, so now y'all telling me when he don't do that, he at 100%? Nah.
Who disagree with that?
I'm not sure. I don't know if like anybody emphatically. What? You ain't at 100% if you don't procreate.
Yeah. No. So it's caveat. For the most part, we agree with the premise. It's just the fact of the matter that you have to do some astronomical shit to be able to do that. And the pretty much thing we all came to is it's agreed upon that a man having children makes him be a better man overall, right? Because at the very least, like, you have to look out for somebody other than yourself, and you have to be willing to protect someone other than yourself, and so on and so forth, right? And usually, in tandem with the kids comes, you know, a woman, wife, you know, family. So that's what we're saying. We agree to the premise, but it's just so hard to say that, you know, a nigga not a whole man if you don't never have kids, which you have to be extremely exceptional in another way. But then I gave the example of like the teacher, you know what I'm saying, or the mentor or whatever, the guy that's in the community that serves a purpose to help children despite him not having children. Then of course you always have to juxtapose that with the niggas that's out here that's only having children and not instilling anything into them whatsoever. So it's like a balance. So you can't just give all of the credit to a man, right? And HAMP did this too, right? So like I said, it's compartmentalized, right? So that 25% is a part of the 25%. But if all the nigga's doing is having kids, he's still a 25% nigga, right? So even though the man that's accomplished everywhere else can be 75%, the nigga that all he do is fucking, you know, get women and put babies in bitches, he a 25% nigga. That's the only thing he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's more things that in the society that we live in that's required for you to be a productive member of society. I agree with that too. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we ain't saying, yo, you got kids, and that's the trump card. No, we saying that's a percentage of what it takes to get to 100. Duty and responsibility, time and pain matter to men. I just don't understand how we say all these things, and then the greatest sacrifice and gift is fucking raising people.
Yeah, but and then too, you just think about it, because motherfuckers still mad. Look, bro, if you disagree with this, you disagree with your existence. Even if you don't got kids, right? Look beyond yourself, motherfucker. Even though if you don't have kids, if you at some point in time you were a kid, motherfucker. So the importance of having kids is self-evident with your existence. So all you niggas in your feelings, okay? All right, calm the fuck down and thank your daddy and your mama, nigga.
But also, what does it say about a man that's that risk averse though, to that degree? Like if that's like if the claim is that like there's something that I'm not sure, I haven't found the right woman, or like if you that risk averse, like what does that say about you?
I that right there from just off the having the kids aspect, or you just saying that you saying that's the premise?
If somebody's telling you, let's say he's 50 years old, and he's like, I never was against having kids, but I was looking for the right woman. I didn't find the right woman. Like, what does that actually tell you? Do you think he actually just didn't find the right woman in his 50 years, or is it something else, like a fear?
I think it's part and parcel. I think it's a combination. To be fair, especially if you're a man that's accomplished and you have all these different things and whatnot, what have you. And in his defense, one of the most important things I would say the most important thing in your life is who you have kids with, even more so than who you marry, right? Because you marry somebody and never have kids with them. I think the most important person you choose in life is going to be the person you choose to procreate with. So I think that's a fair assessment. But at the same time, I find it hard to believe in 50 years, to your point, Mont, that you didn't come across one woman that fit. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't find, especially if you're successful. If you're successful, you're average to better, attractiveness or desirability. I find it hard for, that man to have that argument at that age with the parameters.
I kind of look at what you just said about I think it was overstated as far as that person being that important. And the only reason I say that is because it's like, I understand how detrimental it can be if you pick the wrong person. But I think it's kind of like the car argument to me of like, okay, if you get in a car that don't have brakes, that's one of the worst decisions that you can ever make in your life, right? But most cars can get you from A to B. I think that there are a lot of women who will be adequate enough to have kids with, but if you pick a horrible one, hell yeah, like it can do a number on you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's serviceable, right? So it's but I think that's what niggas get hung up on. So I think niggas get hung up on the fact of the matter that, oh man, is she this, is she that? I don't even think motherfuckers give a fuck about morals and values and alignment more so than how she look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The physical aspect for the most part. So I think most dudes, especially if you are at a deficit of desirability, right, and you can't get the woman you want, you don't want to put your damn kid in a bitch that look like TD Jakes and Flavor Flav, which I really can't blame the nigga. You feel me? Yeah. So and you might want to thank him because that's but I think that's most of the cases to where men, the woman they want, right, is not available for them to put a baby in. I think that's most of the case.
Okay. I just don't want to get niggas the excuse of like I'm not trying to hit nothing. I'm not trying to hit nothing from nobody. Somebody waited that long and they couldn't find somebody. It's like it's like sometimes you just got to do it. Just do it. Like prepare. You spend time preparing, and then it's like stop with the excuses. Get out there, get in the ring. A lot of people like with business, right? A lot of people want to start a certain business, and it's like, when is the perfect time? Do your research, prepare. But then it's like, are you still waiting for the perfect time to get out there and start your business? Yo, do it. Make mistakes, fail, but get out there. I think a lot of people try to overdo it like they do other things in life. They try to over prepare and they end up never doing something.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who what's that? Like they use over planning, right, as like a coping. Yeah, 100%. I've seen that a lot. As Abe with the $2 says, I thought men control access to marriage. Flip flop. Joe with the $10 says, if we went skydiving, you told me 75% of the parachutes don't work. You think I'm still getting on that plane? Bill Burr. As Abe with the $2 says, compare to men instead of black women. Ricky with the $5 says, a man with no children is 80% man? Y'all tripping. There are many top performing men who create positive value within society who can't have children. Yeah, I think 80 is pretty good. Right? See, that's the thing. Y'all make sure y'all listen well. It's a percentage. It's a compartment, right, that you have to fulfill. If you don't do that thing, then how do you fill that compartment? There's plenty of men at 25% or the 80% that are great men, right? Oftentimes, and maybe this is an issue in our society, that we predicate greatness on how much money they've amassed. I think it's bigger than that. And so
way bigger than that.
Yeah, and so that's one thing that we discussing: procreation, legacy, your biological imperative. Think about it. If that man's so great, what does his lineage look like? And if he's that great, why would he deprive us of that? I think that the genetics work in all the ways, right? And I use sports just because y'all can see this. The Matthews, I don't know if you guys know that family. The Matthews, Clay Matthews, his dad played. The Bosas, their dad played. The Mannings, their dad played. I think this works in a bunch of different ways, not just physical. So, Aaron with the $5 says, Hamp, I sent you something on IG about how grown men are living. Aaron would be mad seeing how they living, but it's true, men don't need much. Free Zone with the $5 says, eating more than noodles and cereal ain't extra. Y'all keep adding stuff you didn't say before. Yo, 413 was popping with the $2 says, I don't adhere to this 3/4 stuff, but kids one day 100. Joe with the $10 says, when my livelihood, my reputation, and my income are all on the line, there ain't no such thing as over preparing. There is no just do something when the penalty for doing it wrong are so high. You want to respond to this, Mark?
That's scared. That's just being scared. At the end of the day, if you telling me it's that hard to find a woman for you to do your number one biological imperative, that's lame. You can't tell me you that lame. You're not. I believe I'm more confident in you than you are. I don't think you that lame, right? You can find a woman to have kids with, and that's not gonna kill you, to do that. So I don't know. And just being, it's the thing too, scared money don't make money, right? If you scared to take risk in business, it's gonna take you a long time to make some money. You got to go out there and spend money. You got to go out here and take risks. The most successful people in the world took risks. It just is what it is. Don't be that guy who just never took risk in his life because he was scared of oh, my money's. And it's the thing too. I don't know how many people have ever had money, but you lose it, and it tells you who you are if you can get it back or not. A lot of people didn't touch money before. They lost it. They fucked it up. Never got it back. That means you was never supposed to have it, right? But in life, a lot of men gonna end up getting divorces and stuff like that, right? And then in 5-10 years, he back on top, right? Because that tells you who you actually are. So,
yeah, this the last thing, right? So we talk about procreation and kids. Niggas say no. We talk about money. Mr. Fingertassin can attest. Niggas say no. We talk about community organization leading. Niggas say no. Right? What can we predicate? What make a man worth his weight then? If just because you don't have one of those things, you don't qualify, do we just need to accept it? You can still do well. But how do we measure men? Or we making everything so subjective so nobody get to be judged? That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Fantastic. That's weak of us. I'm not saying you said that, but that's my concern. It's like we don't want to be measured.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's definitely something that and that's a societal thing. Men can't do the tough shit and tell her, hey man, the fuck are you doing? Right? That's not accepted anymore, right? That's what they call it. That's toxic masculinity. That's a lot of different things. Now again, with this one, this one right here is a tough one because as we know, like you said, that's something that most men never achieve, right? Mm-hmm. So historically, now you're challenging something that's always been from a historical, biological standpoint to where most men have never done it, right? But I think it's a challenge that needs to be had and talked about because again, I don't think people we're so far away from the basics, right? And I think I don't know if Mont but Mont says this all the time. The most important fucking thing for people to do is make more people. That is literally that's in your fucking DNA, that's subconsciously in your mind. Your body urges you to fucking do the shit. Society has gotten so complex and so layered and so many things, we gotten away from that, and we put all this other shit around it, and then motherfuckers don't even understand that all of the shit we do is to get back to the fucking foundation. 90% of the shit that men do is to get women, to get the attention of women, to have sex with women and create more fucking people. That's what we do. Now, again, of course, we like practicing a whole lot more than we like motherfucking, you know, making the kids, but that is the process. And then, so now a man can say, well, fuck that, fuck your kids, nigga. I'm a millionaire. I'm a this, I'm a that. Okay, my nigga, your money gonna die with you. Mine, on the other hand, okay, let's say I make $500,000. And now I done taught my kids the way to make fucking $500,000, right? And they got that by fucking 20. So now I got a whole lineage of millionaires who's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? A lineage that becomes a legacy. And but again, HAMP, because it's the safe thing to do and it keeps niggas comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, nigga, my name gonna live on. You feel me? You can't. That's too tough. That's too rough, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, it's easy to say that at 30, 40 years old, right? But I know, at least for me, like, I plan for when I'm older. So who has more, the man that's 70 years old on his deathbed with nobody there, or the person who has 12, 15 members of his family, you know, a lot of are his kids or whatever, you know, 6 of his children or whatever there, and they all love him. I know that I think about, like, yo, when I'm 60 years old, like, I want to look at my family and I want to look at my 25-year-old son and, you know, my 30-year-old son and my successful kids here and there, and like, and I just want to have everybody together, my grandkids. Like, I'm worried about that value at that point in my life. I know that because I know a lot of older people live through their children, and that's what they like. You know, you might notice that you start getting around people, and as soon as you talk to somebody, they talking about their kids. Yeah, my son, he off at college, he doing this, he doing that, you know, or like my daughter's in culinary school. Like, after a certain point, like, this is what's gratifying to us. And I just noticed that early.
But to Hamp's point about standards and holding each other accountable, you know, we're saying that of a man doesn't procreate, he's less than a man, 100% man. But we're also anti-marriage. We're also, what do we have guidelines on how we should be active with these children? We got 70% of Black households, no father in the home. Yes, we do see the CDC report that we are the most active fathers, but still, there's a piece missing from those children's lives. So, you know, how do we hold each other accountable for that?
Who's anti-marriage? Who's anti-marriage?
Say it again, Aaron.
Who's anti-marriage?
Shit, Fantastic is anti-marriage. Most of these spaces in conversation were anti-marriage. You know, it's a bad bet. That's what we keep hearing over and over again. We're going into non-paperwork arrangements where you can leave at any whim or whatever. What are we doing to, you know, you have these kids. How do you take care of these kids? How do you be involved in their lives? How do you stay? What's keeping you there? Because once you have kids, there's a duty to the kids and the marriage as well. So, and we know our kids are suffering. So what of us, we need to create some standards and put something in place that makes the whole man, right?
That's my, like, I'm trying to work through, right? So my thought is that all the correction for the women, right? Day in and day out. Now, God forbid they start listening. I want to make sure that we give ourselves a self-assessment.
Right.
When they start listening and adhering to what makes the community most successful, God willing, the men got to make sure that we already there. And we making assessments about, hey, what makes you great? What makes you 100% accomplished? This is one compartment of many. But here's my concern. If I argue another compartment, it's going to be 100 niggas in the chat saying, because I don't have that ain't a reason, that ain't a box we need to check off.
Right.
And the thing is, they could be young. You could still have a kid, right? But the duty and responsibility of being a father is something you can't duplicate. I coach high school football. I'm a part of 100 Men of America. Omega's High Five, where we do all these actual programs in these schools, in these neighborhoods, day in and day out, for like, especially coaching. That shit is 100 hours a week. Ain't nothing like rearing your own children.
Mm-hmm.
The things you unlock in yourself, right, is things that you would not unlock if you don't do it. But it's like we trying to assess one by one. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, man.
You know, I think that's another thing that I don't like about some men. I remember when Kevin Samuels had said what he thought a high value man was when I was a little bit younger. And when I heard it, he said like certain metrics that like wasn't my speed, you know, like having a network and stuff like that, right? I was always the type of guy, like when I'm around business stuff, I don't talk to a lot of people. That's just how I was, right? But certain things he said, it made me want to, like, you know what? All right, I got to do more. I got to do more, you know, if I want to be considered high value. It's more than just having money, you know? And it kind of made me want to go and reach for more. So I don't like it when I hear, because normally what I find is that women don't like to have to be told to reach a standard, right? They get mad. They say, like, accept me as I am. And, you know, they want to be perfect right now. But I don't think a man should be averse to trying to reach for something. Somebody tell me, oh, you know, this is the standard that we going for. All right, cool. I got work to do. So like, I don't like the idea of men being afraid of work.
Yeah. Yo, I'm starting Mr. Fantastic and Aaron. I'm noticing this month a little bit. When we do these assessments with the men, it's a minority of us that are willing to be like, let me take a look at that. Most often, it's like, nah, we bugging. I'm bugging. Whoever brought the topic up. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's an issue. We'll fight tooth and nail about, hey, men need to correct X. Like we did a show, it said men lead in some of the worst categories. Was it 2 weeks ago, Mr. Fantastic? And it's like we got to fight to say, oh, that shit is written down. Do we accept it and build a bridge after that point? Or do we fight it because we don't like it? Now, if we fight because we don't like it, okay, cool, right? You push back against the propaganda, okay, cool. But what if it's something that we really need to assess? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Mr. Fat, you had said something. I couldn't hear you, though. Y'all can hear him?
I'm muted. I was just agreeing with what you said 2 weeks ago. 2 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. 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 And it kind of happened like every time we start to address one issue. Not every time.
Well, no, I just think this one is a lot personable because that's a huge thing, and I think you know what though, Hemp, the amount of pushback, and it's been a while, right? This one is a huge thing because again, I think it's something that most men really can't control, be it biological or be it being chosen, right? So this is something that you know niggas can't show that they hurt, but their responses show that I won't say hurt, but they're offended or they're affected by it. When again, like I said, this shit here is inevitable. Your existence to be here to hear the message shows the importance of having children. Every person that's living to hear this is proof positive of what we're saying. Now, judging the importance of it or the equivalency of the man that results from it, I can understand you feeling in ways. But at the end of the day, right, if men stop having children, okay, when we're just talking about the men, there are no more human beings. That and I keep telling y'all this, when everybody catches up to Fantastic been saying this shit for fucking 3 years now, you niggas can't stand me saying it. That is the fucking importance of the biological imperative, bro. It will never fail, and if it does, we're over with. Okay, I keep telling y'all laughing this shit. I'm telling you, these robots they fucking making, all right, the artificial wombs were never fucking intended for no fucking men that think they fucking women. Okay. It's intended for these fucking robots they gonna make because y'all motherfuckers not having enough kids. Okay, humans have to be in the world for the world to fucking run. If the robots are fucking here with no humans, it's pointless, right? But again, man, in due time, y'all will see.
Yeah, man. Yeah. My bad. Hold on 1 second. Rick K, what's good, my G?
Perfect like that.
But the 20 ball says, I agree, Mr. Fantastic scenario. A successful man with no kids can lead by example and take on the responsibility of preparing and teaching his nieces and nephews for prosperous, value-creating life. Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. Don't negate the percentage. Joe with the $10 says, failing in a business deal doesn't come with child support, alimony, divorce, bitter exes, or any of that other stuff. You can bounce back from a business L much faster than a wrong relationship. You respond to this, Mont?
I don't think that's necessarily true. It all comes down to money. You fail in business, you lose money. You fail in marriage, you lose money. Like I don't. If you telling me that you can't bounce back after, for one, you can prepare. Get you a prenup. Get you a good prenup. Get her an attorney. Get you an attorney, and it's not gonna be that bad. All right. These aren't things that like you can bounce back from a marriage. Right. Just go into it the right way. Of course, child support, but that's just the money it costs for you to take care of your kid. Like, yeah, I don't think the argument is that strong when we're talking about that.
Ricardo with the $5 says, you can have a failed business, but you don't want failure in a wife, co-parent, or children. Yeah. Joe with the $10 says, I read this one? Yes. Okay. Hey, man. I don't got nothing else. I think we talked through it pretty well. I don't know. Ain't no need for me to belabor it. Did you think that anything?
Was that the topic of the discussion today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just looking at it, man. How do you get to your full capacity? I don't think people understand inspiration well. I think men are intrinsically motivated, or at the very least they should be. But your inspiration can come from all types of things, right? But I wake up in the morning. How well my day goes depends on a few different things. Keep it tall. If I get cheeks early in the morning, I'm a little bit more spring and spry, you heard? My kids do well in school. My kids need something. One of my kids wake up sick, right? There's a lot of things. Shout out to John Q, nigga. And I just think inspiration comes from a lot of places.
I know my kids changed me a lot. It changed the way I am with women. It changed my what I want from women. That's what really got me to just kind of chill out and get serious about stuff is having kids. I got serious, so.
Oh, shit. Well, Mom, what you think, man? I ain't gonna belabor the point. Any final thoughts?
No, man. I think I got my shit off. It was fantastic. I seen them braids. I seen him. I watched Trey live. I seen them braids. There's some nice braids you got in there, man. Some nice braids.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. Hey man, they hate on niggas with the long hair. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Hair is a great indication of great genes and health. You know that?
Yeah, man. They be mad. They be talking about the ponytail, bro. Like, come on, yeah, they out of pocket.
Hey man, but hey, man, I heard the man units kind of high too, man. Niggas paying
the man units,
400, 500.
Metrosexual.
Oh yeah, every time. I think every time. Yeah, every time they gotta get them put on.
I can't imagine. paying $400 for some AstroTurf, nigga. Oh, my bad. Nigga paying $400 gonna tell me something wrong with me. You gotta get the AstroTurf. I got the natural grass, nigga. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. Shout out to the long hair niggas, man. You know what I mean? Especially you get over 40 month. You get over 40, you put that niggas, hey, I hate that nigga. You take that hat off. Fuck that nigga.
Yo, first off, man. Yo, Mont, you better chill, my nigga. You only 33, kiddo. Yeah. You might be living vicariously through Mr. Fantastic in 5 years.
Damn.
See? Because, Mr. Fantastic, tell me I'm lying. 33, you like, oh, I'm good. 3 years, nigga, make a huge difference in your hairline.
Oh, true.
You see, Mr. Fantastic made it past that point. You feel me? He good. Yeah. 41, that mean that's real hair. Oh, chill, that don't. Oh, I thought you. Nah, you rubbing your shit. I thought you did like this. I thought you gonna have blackface on.
I'm black.
But nah, because I thought you rub that
BG. Dad say he in the club too, man, looking like fucking Tracy McGrady from Alabama.
Salt and pepper, baby. Salt and pepper.
Okay, Aaron act like we don't see him. Aaron was good though.
Perfect. Enjoy it.
Well, it's not even your turn yet. My fault. Dad, any final thoughts?
And man, thank y'all for having me again. Get married, black men. I don't care. Or have an arrangement where you can have more kids. If the shit is not cheap, I'm not gonna kid you not. I got 2 girls, 17 and 2, nigga. So I wanted to be in wedlock when I had the youngest one. So, but there's no fear involved in it, man. If you ain't got shit, she ain't gonna take shit. So that's just real shit. So, so yeah, man. So just have more babies, man. I think it'll bring more purpose to your life. You will elevate. It forces you to find your purpose, and it forces you to just expand yourself. So I'm all for that, man. We just need more black families, more cohesive black families, man. Peace to the chat.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Aaron.
I like that shit, Fo.
Yeah, second half of the show, I sat here and listened to everybody's points and arguments. And I may find myself in a position to concede to what Hamp is saying as far as where men are. I may have overestimated us. And that's bad news bears, man. But, it is what it is for now. My only advice is just to keep life simple. Do the absolute best you can. And when you're done doing that, do a little bit more. And the purpose behind doing all that is so that you can start a family, cultivate a family before you check out of this hotel. And make sure that the lessons you learn are passed down to the ones you bring here. So when you pass the baton, you know what I mean? Your shit can continue. And apparently that's not what's happening. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Word. Mr. Fantastic.
Brother.
Perfect. Hey, man. If you want to get married, nigga, you like putting putting your fucking hand in a bear trap, do it. You know what I'm saying? By all means. I think there are better ways to do things that, again, you can have a family, bro, without a piece of paper. God don't recognize no paper, bro. All right? God don't recognize no paper. All right? If you with that woman, you dedicated to that woman, y'all live together, y'all gonna make something, you decide to make a family, hey, do it, right? But by all means, do your best vetting processes, because there's nothing more important than the person you choose to have children with. You need your children to have 2 wonderful plots of land to plant seed in, right? All right, because you got to nurture it and all those different things. But all in all, man, if you 40 and you ain't had no kid yet, man, you want to have some kids, bro, you got to get to it, bro. So you granddaddy, daddy niggas, you running out of time, man. You robbing your kids. All right, you only live to be fucking 70 something, so you're already on the clock. So by all means, man, seriously though, having kids is very, very important. Each and every one of us that's here to speak and listen to this message is proof of it, man. And hey, we getting outnumbered by motherfucking the Pedros and the Marias, bro. Motherfucking Mexicans done caught up and took over. So please understand the importance of that. And when you have kids, have quality kids, bro. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I understand what Mr. Fantastic is saying. Just though, it's just about the Most High. There's paperwork involved, even biblically, Mr. Fantastic. Like if you read like Deuteronomy 24, just off the top of my head, you have to write her a bill of divorcement as an example. Like these things are actually things that are decreed, because there were agreements between households, the father, the husband, etc. So, but I understand what you're saying. Listen, man, I think we got to make these assessments, because I'm just my thing that's on my mind all the time is like that 2053. You understand? And this is not predicating having kids on a construct that doesn't benefit you and the kids, right? We live in a society where people do get married on paper, and then there are benefits that come with it. Although we understand that the risk of divorce, is pretty high on most men's totem pole. A community is a group of families, whether you like it, understand it, accept it, believe it or not. And you get further faster with a group of families. I wholeheartedly believe that if you get the men to understand, I think that that's the most efficient way to get things done. And so we have to make self-assessments. Why do we not meet certain metrics? Right? And if you have an answer to the why, that means you can fix it. But if we say, oh no, it's not important, we make excuses for so many things, that causes us to err overwhelmingly. This may be one where we say, nah, we could take this out of the percentage. Okay. But we at the very least have to make an assessment first. But it's bigger than just the kid. It's the construct on which you do it in that then benefits everybody, the community around you. So I don't know, man. I think it's pretty interesting, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, full participation, everybody who hit the panel and all that. Let me read this one and we get up out of here. Excuse me. Charleston was popping. He said Charleston SC was popping with the 20 ball. Says, I'm 39 with no kids, and I can actually say I'm at peace. All the money I make goes to me. I don't have to work twice as hard to provide for another human being, and I can travel so far. I already been to 25 states within 2 years.
Can I be honest? That sound like if I'm being honest, that sound like some whole shit. Right? Like that's what girls. I love to travel. What travel? Oh, I've been here. I'm gonna give it like what? Oh, I get to keep my money for me. That's what girls want to do. They want to keep their money for them. Like you say, oh, I don't gotta work twice as hard, nigga. Why don't you want to work twice as hard? Why you don't want to work harder? Like I don't know. I might be tripping. I don't know.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a different super chat. Yeah, I never put a lot of stake in like the traveling thing. I'm like, who cares? My wife love that shit.
Shit's overrated. We do it for the women.
I travel. I like honestly. My woman would love to take 3 vacations a year, right? But it throws me off too much when I leave business that long. Like when I leave business for a week, I just kind of got to get back into the I don't like it. I'll concede to like one nice decent vacation a year, but at this point in my life, it's just I lose focus when I'm out there, and I just want to get back anyway. So, traveling is cool. I'm not one for like sightseeing. It's like I'm not one for that. Women like it, I get it. But I don't get why people put so much stock into it. It's cool. I like being around some nice water, and some sand and shit. But
yeah, I got like a 4-day limit, man. Then I'm just thinking about how much I could have been doing. You know, so it's hard for me to kind of like get real comfortable. I mean, traveling is cool. I just don't put a lot of stock in it. That's what I'm saying. You know. Ty with the 10 ounces. This is what a roundtable discussion is supposed to look and feel like. You guys look like you're in deep thought. Damn. Salute, Ty. I appreciate you. I think we did a hell of a job today, honestly. Joel with the $10 says, someone show me where getting married comes with an instant doubling of my salary to account for the additional cost of living, plus the fact I gotta be the breadwinner. What's the point? No, I think
my brother, it's not cheap. My expenses definitely double when I bought a house and got a kid for sure. Daycare is not cheap, all that, but still, man, going to that daycare, seeing that baby run up to me, you know, putting her to sleep, and knowing that my wife is happy and all that, having a house, not coming home lonely. Enough is not said about that single life where, yeah, you can get a run of cheeks, but a lot of that is loneliness, man. You lonely. Let's call it what it is, man. That's a lonely life for the most part. We've all experienced it on that, you know, so it gives you purpose, man. It just gives you so much drive to be more. That's all, man.
Yeah. Listen, man, we not forcing anybody. We're just making assessments, man, of manhood. Manhood. Responsibility is a big part of that. Procreation is a big part of that. Taking care of yourself is a big part of that. Handling your responsibilities, man. Being responsible for others, that's a big part of it. You know? So, but yeah, I get what he's saying, I think. So he said married comes with instant doubling of salary. Well, if she
not instant, no.
I guess if she works where you works, then it would emphatically double the salary because the money becomes communal, right?
But most people share bills too, HAMP. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm not. Was he saying if he gotta be the breadwinner? I guess because we we recommend, like Mr. Fantastic came up with a percentage that I think most people consider palatable. Palatable is 70%. Men pay 70% of the household bills. Women pay about 30%. And then you hope that her money can be allocated to things like a vacation or like an investment or like paying off some, maybe, you know, paying extra on a student loan or as an example. You know, here's the interesting thing. Moving a person into a house doesn't quadruple the electric bill like people like to think, or the water bill. It's maybe 10 percentage points or so. I just know that from being a landlord. You know, because I do the rentals to where everything's included. And so I literally watched the bill, you know. So there was like a family of 5 that was in there one time, which I won't do again. Right. You can see an uptick because it's 5 people, you know, but when it's 2 people, then another 1 person, you like, it's minuscule. Family done broke my bed, fucking put a hole in the wall types of shit. Fuck them kids, man.
Except when you don't have an overcoat for the winter, but you live with tropical ass niggas, that heat bill goes through the roof.
Oh yeah, Aaron, these days that thermostat is in my phone.
Yeah.
I can't touch that shit, bro. I set that shit to 73, nigga.
That's just booby trap and all that.
Get you a fan, you know. But it's interesting, man. It's interesting for sure. Everybody good?
Salute to y'all.
No doubt, man. Hey, man. Salute to everybody in the building. We got a dope lineup of shows today, this week. Tomorrow should be pretty interesting. We broached it. We broached it the other day a little bit. But Sherelle kind of like came up with this premise, but I think it's interesting. Either God is white or he don't exist.
That's interesting.
The context is when black men are dating interracially, she ain't praising no black God.
Oh, EBD out, yeah.
And so what happens is in those relationships, a lot of times those people become agnostic, atheist, secular. They tend to leave the things they believe in because either God is white or he don't exist.
I mean, you with the wrong type of white woman.
Hey man, that's what we gotta do the show tomorrow. But it should.
I'm agnostic, and both my wives are black. My baby's black, all that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it might be some bullshit. We're gonna mine it through just like today. You know what I'm saying? But I have 3 examples in my head that of men who don't have religion now, and they're also in interracial relationships. So it's interesting. It's interesting, and it could be those could be anecdotes, but we shall see, man. So good to be back. Long ass weekend. The airports was crazy, but we here, you know.
When that's gonna be over with all this airport stuff?
They told me I asked one of the TSA dudes. He said today.
30th?
Yeah, today. They ain't passed no damn bill yet.
Yo, I was in line for 4 hours, man.
Hell no.
4 hours. I missed my first flight. I had to walk a mile to get to the back of the line. No exaggeration. It was a mile. Dead ass. It took me 20 minutes to walk back there. Like, we in the train state, we in the subway damn near. The line just in the subway in Texas. So, but
was y'all looking for quarters? Was y'all looking for quarters so you could eat to bite? Get an eat to bite?
What's that?
Or a bite to eat? You never saw that movie. Tom Hanks. Yeah. He run around looking for quarters. You never saw that?
Nah, what movie?
Oh,
Philadelphia.
That movie. He was stuck in the airport. Y'all didn't see it? Y'all got to see it. It's a good movie. Tom Hanks is stuck in the airport. He's this Eastern European dude.
Oh yeah. And he found out something with the quarters with the return thing.
You're getting the quarters, yeah. He went around eat to bite, talking about he needs a bite to eat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Trump. I don't know if I can say this. Okay. Trump signs an order to pay the TSA in spite of. So Trump signed the order. So they did, even though it hadn't passed the thing, Trump did some executive order or something to get funding for the TSA agent. So I ain't y'all, you know.
It only took him 42 days, bitch ass
terminal.
Nigga. Terminal. Not you, but Trump is a bitch ass
Congress don't do their job now.
He could have did that.
The president step in and he could.
Yo, man. I'll tell you what. Please pay them people, man. Real shit, bro. People. Yo, my brother-in-law was stuck on a tarmac for 2 hours. Cause they, you know what I mean? There ain't nobody working.
Nope. They calling out.
Quitting, bro. Hey, bro. Now imagine the Coast Guard niggas. They can't quit. TSA, them always just walk out and not show up. They say fuck it. Cause that's the second time this shit done happened in like 6 months. So they just went through this over the holidays, and now you're going through it again. So I don't blame them. I'm out. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yo, motherfucking, and you gotta be nice because you know they not getting paid while they there. So you in that bitch just smiling like you work at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You don't want none of them to leave. You know what I'm saying? One lady was like kind of, I see, chill.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, that's what it calls a fight. Listen, bitch. Listen, you. I don't give a damn how difficult it is. You know what? Hey, Hamp, they was chill as fuck.
Yeah.
When the shit was going on, hey, nigga, you could have got through that motherfucker with a whole dead body. They don't even care, man. How you good, bro? Go through.
Yeah. Nah, they was cool, man. They usually be, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I hope they get paid, man, because that's a shame, bro. You know, that's a shame. Hold on. Last one. Charleston SC with the 10 ounces. I have $250,000 in 401k and $15,000 in stocks. I'm not risking that getting married for a woman to say I don't want to be with you 10 years down the line. Who really, man, took major financial losses for years. I don't think those things come community property though.
No, they're not. Especially if you got it beforehand.
If you got it beforehand, it don't count.
And brother, you can get a prenup, good brother. So I mean, if that's the case, I mean, you well off. You can afford a lawyer. You can afford whatever, brother. But or better yet, my nigga, the way you talking, buy a surrogate. Fuck it.
Buy a surrogate. Yo, but
buy a surrogate, my nigga.
See, Charleston, that's the thing. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just saying he got it. He's saying that he popping big money shit. Hey, do big money shit, brother.
Yeah, you be good, bro. That's not communal. You had that before her, you know. Now, if you continue to invest in the 401k, anything after the 250 could potentially be in contention. But there's a whole lot. I'm telling you, divorce lawyers, child support lawyers, shit like that, they be robbing the shit out of niggas. Yep. Real shit. Because I'm telling you, 90% of that shit is guidelines, unless somebody did something egregious, you know? Mm-hmm. And then you have to be in an at-fault state for that to even matter. So if it's no fault divorce in your state, they going by guidelines. Oftentimes people are mediating what people do or don't get. And then the court signs off. But if not, the court gonna say you can't budge, sell it. You know, but it's so much of us misunderstanding. And they be robbing the shit out. Like child support. My man had a lawyer for child support court. I think he spent like $1,500 just for them to run the guidelines and then go by the guideline.
Yep. I never stepped foot in court first. We did a mediator and signed off. We agreed, joint custody, blah, 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 blah. Half on this, half that. And yeah, it was that.
Yo, and then the fly shit is this. They not saying, I'm saying this in just that, right? They robbed you with the mediator. You could do that shit at the crib. Boom, send it to them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're
if
right.
If you can agree, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a lot of money. Yeah, we had to get it notarized and all that.
Yeah. Yo, I was signing something the other day. I forget what I had to do an eviction, so I had to do the paperwork, right? Because you could file online. I did the notary online. It took me 7 minutes. This lady popped on the screen, boom, did the notary, like, you know what I'm saying? But they be telling you need a lawyer for this type of shit, right? Where this motherfucker ain't pay. The lease say you supposed to pay. The worst thing about it is you got to wait for an eviction date. And that's how niggas get over, because now they ain't paying for so long. But they're going to say, did you pay? Did you not pay? You know what I mean? Unless the landlord did something crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's crazy, bro. So
I just want to say for the record, I'm not one of them guys that's telling you got to get married to, you know, and all that type of stuff. I think people should have kids. That's all. But,
yeah, you said that.
You know, marriages, if you want to do that. But definitely have some kids.
We muted you last time you said it, too.
Oh.
Nah, man, real shit though. Hey, man, see y'all tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. This might be risky. We'll not be late going forward. You know, I took 2K. He told me that, and I just think I ain't never late for nothing else. But we always start the stream at like 10:15 and shit like that. So be on time. We will be here. You heard? Bright and early. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
Yeah. It's a podcast. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go.